Farage got 22,000 votes. His opponent, less than 10,000.
Banana pudding, deep fried Oreo, or chicken and waffle? Which flavor Oreo would you like to see the most? USA Today reporting you can buy those flavors starting later this month, then vote on which one you want to come back next year. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
65 around the South Shore at 7:02. Good morning on a Friday. I'm Laurie Kirby, WATD News. The news is brought to you by Brennan's Smoke Shop, Massachusetts classic smoke shop since 1993. Now also on Route 3A in Hudson, New Hampshire. Shop their unmatched selection of quality cigars and tobacco products today. I'm Laurie Kirby. Good morning. And topping our news, Joshua McKelligan, a Massachusetts State Police officer in the homicide unit, was on the stand yesterday in the Lindsay Clancy murder trial where he was specifically asked about medications.
Did you learn, or did other officers learn from Patrick Clancy that the defendant was on some psychiatric medication?
Yes.
And was that information relayed to you in terms of preparing the search warrant?
Yes.
And is that why you included prescription medication in the search warrant?
Yes.
At that point in time, did you or any of the other officers know that the defendant had crushed up pills and taken them that night?
No.
At some point in time, did Patrick Clancy bring pill bottles to the state police and turn them over?
Yes, he did.
And where did he say those were from?
In the center console of his truck, not the top section, the section underneath it.
Did he tell you at some point that pills had been found in the nightstand drawer?
Yes, he did.
And that was in the master bedroom?
Yes.
And did he tell you who he found those with?
Yes, he did.
And who was that?
His attorney.
And did he tell you why he gave those pills?
Objection. I believe it was me, and I'm not his attorney.
But that's what. Why don't you re-ask that? What it was that Patrick Clancy said?
What was it that Patrick Clancy said? Did he give you a name or just say my attorney?
He said Kevin Reddington.
And that attorney, defense attorney Kevin Reddington, during cross-examination, asked him more about this and specifically his involvement in the search.
So she asked you about the pills that were located in the master bedroom by Patrick when I was with him, right?
Yes.
And you know that Patrick indicated that after you guys had cleared the scene, finished with your investigation, seized all the pill bottles that you were able to locate, that I went in the house with him and I took a number of items, photographs, albums, things on the wall and stuff like that, right?
All I know is the pill bottles. I don't know what else you took.
Oh, just the pill bottles. And at some point I imagine the DA must have shown you this, recognize this as being the nightstand drawer?
It looks similar to the one that was in the video.
See it? You look at it?
I mean, it looks similar to the one. I've never seen that. I don't know.
Oh. Okay. So these would be the bottles that were in there, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. And do you know that when these were seized, the first thing that was done is I contacted the DA's office and said that I had them?
I don't know what you said to them.
You want to come by my office and pick up anything they have, you're welcome to look at it, seize it, have it analyzed, and send it to a crime lab. I didn't care.
I don't know what you said.
Oh, yeah.
Judge William Sullivan dismissing jurors for the weekend. Again, there is no trial proceedings today, but he asked jurors to keep some things in mind.
You have to still keep an open mind. All right? It was probably easy to kind of nod and say yes when I said that at the very beginning of the case. But now you've heard a lot of evidence, but you haven't heard all the evidence. All right? You haven't heard the closing arguments of the attorneys. You haven't heard the law that you do apply. So I'm just reminding you have to do that. It's so important. And so I just kind of want to remind you on that. I want to thank you so much for all the work that you've done and all the work that you're going to do. And so I hope you have a very nice weekend. And we will see you on Monday. Just in case you're wondering, we're still well on track. But we'll see you on Monday. We'll continue with the trial at that point. And again, have a nice weekend. All right, thank you.
WATD News Time is 7:07.
Hey, it's Jeff from Brennan's Smoke Shop. I've always been honest with you. We took 17 days suspension the end of February. Luckily, the snowstorm shut everything down. Tough winter. We're still here fighting to keep our small business alive in this Commonwealth. We've been fighting. We don't want to fight anymore. That's why everyone has to scan ID for our tobacco products. Brennan's Smoke Shop, the best smoke shop in Massachusetts. Customers gotta scan their IDs. Have a good day.
The 5th annual First Responder Community Jamboree in Brockton is taking place tomorrow, and Brockton firefighter Chloe Livingston spoke with WATD's Christine James about the event that brings the community together.
They just love this. They just, we go on calls and we see the people, but the fact that we can all come together and give back to the community and be around with someone. Mm-hmm. Some of these calls maybe last 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's a short period of time, but the fact that we can all come together and from 11 to 3 o'clock, this just really brings a good relation with people and seeing we're here for you guys. And the fact that there's so much stuff on this list that for free as well. I just can't wait to have the cotton candy. I know Courtney over here keeps talking about wanting to get the cotton candy and the hamburgers and hot dogs. And not to mention there's a basketball challenge.
I heard there was even some free hamburgers and hot dogs while they last. Those might go quickly. The Jamboree is free thanks to several community businesses and organizations that have partnered for this event. And again, the First Responder Community Jamboree is tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Brockton Fairgrounds. And of course, Hull is having a parade as well tomorrow. Fireworks tonight. And the weather will be great for that. We'll check the forecast for you coming up. Also, your ride in just a moment. Again, brought to you today by the South Shore YMCA. Get out of the house and get active.
Start the new year at the South Shore YMCA, the something for everyone place. Whether you're there to lift, stretch, swim, or simply connect, you'll find more than just a gym. You'll find a community.
Parents can recharge while kids dive into swim lessons, sports, and activities. Young adults can build strength in group classes or with personal training. And older adults can stay active and engaged in a welcoming space.
At the South Shore Y, you'll find a fitness center that feels like home, people that keep you moving, and on-site babysitting that gives you time to focus. From individual goals to shared experiences, the South Shore Y is where friendships form, routines stick, and wellness grows. And it's all waiting for you to get started.
Make the South Shore YMCA your place for fitness, friendship, and fresh starts. Become a South Shore YMCA member today. Check out their virtual tours at ssymca.org/join.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. It is 7:09 and your Friday ride. Pretty good one along Route 3. We've had a nice drive traveling up from Plymouth and Kingston. Looks good, even up through the work zone. You want to make your way through the little lane shift in Duxbury. You're moving along right up into Hanover and Braintree. Southbound, not too bad. Some building volume, though, at the Sagamore now. Definitely some more company. And the Bourne Bridge, a little bit of volume there getting on Cape. 24 looks good through Brockton and Avon. 93, some slow spots after Route 24 getting towards the expressway. And the expressway northbound is sluggish around Neponset up towards Andrews Square. About 15 minutes from Braintree to Boston. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
What a nice morning. Breeze will start to pick up a bit with bright sunshine and a few clouds developing as we go through later today. The high 83 with less humidity. Be an isolated shower, especially on routes to the west this evening. Tonight, clearing, very comfortable, really pleasant. A low of 57, mid-60s in the city. Tomorrow, a good deal of bright sunshine, low humidity. What a great day for the semi-quincentennial parade in the town of Hull. High near 81 will drop back to the mid-70s right along the beaches with a light sea breeze. High pressure nearby makes for a real cool start to the day on Sunday. A little touch of fall very early in the morning. Sunshine will be followed by increasing clouds, a high of 81. Then a few showers later at night into Monday with more humidity, the high 77 to 81. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Sunny and 66 in Marshfield at the weather station WATD. I'm Laurie Kirby at 7:12. The South Shore's Morning News continues with Rob Hakala on 95.9 WATD.
Good morning, Lori. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Here we are, Friday edition of the South Shore's Morning News. Thanks for listening on the radio, or if you want to watch radio on YouTube, you can. That's exciting as well. You can watch people push buttons and read scripts. Go to WATD Radio on YouTube, WATD Radio on YouTube, and like and watch and subscribe. WATD Radio on YouTube. You can see Lori over there in the news booth getting ready. She's excited. She can't wait to be back on at 7:30 to read more news. I'm here in the air chair, and we're going to be with you till 10 o'clock. Audrey will be in at that time. Quinn will be in, of course, for his full show at 3, but don't forget it's a Friday, so that means the Sports Insider segment. We can talk more about these kids from Bridgewater who are going to be going to the World Series in the Little League. That's exciting. And the first round is going to be Wednesday. August 9th.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lori. Do you want to read that?
No, Wednesday. I'm just concurring what you said. Yeah.
Wednesday, August 19th at 7 p.m. And they will be playing, it says Metro Region. Is that what you have? I don't know what that means. I guess that's just the other part. We're the New England region. I don't know where the Metro region's from. But I guess that's going to be the first game. And so if they keep going along and they keep winning, they could win this whole thing, right? I mean, this is exciting. So they knocked off Maine last night.
Yes.
And so they're going. This will be great. A lot of different, this is the World Series, so there are a lot of different teams playing, and it looks like some really good players. But the Bridgewater team gets to go, and they have a trip to Williamsport, so that's a big deal, and it's very exciting. So good job as they shut out Maine last night, 8-0. So there you go. We'll get to all of that coming up in sports. And Lori, no Name That Tune this week, I'm afraid. Stephen Cardianis, as you know, is busy with his other duties as a conductor. And in fact, he did just check in, Lori, if you want to say hello. He is listening on the stream at 959WATD.com. He is listening. He's out at his assignment out in the Berkshires, conducting out there. So no tune segment today, but he is listening to you from the Berkshires, and he said he's enjoying the program.
Oh, what a lovely place to be. I hope you have a beautiful day.
I was going to say, it must be nice out there as well, I'm hoping. Isn't this a nice morning, Lori?
It is a pretty morning, and we've got lower humidity moving in and that fall-like feel in the air for those of us that perish the thought of more hot, humid weather. It's nice to have that touch of fall.
Well, he is saying it's gorgeous. He's confirming it's gorgeous out in the Berkshires. So thank you, Stephen Cardianis from the Plymouth Philharmonic, plymouthphil.org. He'll be back, and Name That Tune is coming back. Lori, don't worry. We're going to have that one on next Friday. I think Stephen comes back for Name That Tune. And then the following Friday, I'm hoping he comes down. You know that we will be doing the show away. In fact, that morning, we're going to have a board op here. David Wolfson will be running the board. You're going to be doing the news still, Lori, and we will be coming to you from the Pilgrim Hall Museum on that Friday morning. So we will be taking the show on the road on the 28th of August. Will you be in that day?
I'll be in that day. I'm excited to be here with David Wolfson and you out on location. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're excited. It's a nice tradition to broadcast from the front steps, and hopefully it'll be a nice morning similar to this morning. It's more fun when it doesn't rain, obviously, but we'll be under the little portico there outside the Pilgrim Hall Museum on Friday, the 28th of August, and we will do the show from 6 until 10, 6 to 10 that morning, so come on down. Text line is available for you if you want to connect in on any of the topics. You can do that by texting 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900 is our text line, and you can chime in on any topic. We would love to hear from you. 781-837-4900 is the text line. All right, the time now is 7:16 in the morning. We'll get to the morning sports. Also on the way, our digital pro, Kim Commando, coming up this half hour. One of the topics, and we'll go a little bit more in depth on this as well. something I feel that we definitely need to discuss. A piece of technology that seems to be being utilized. Again, this is something that happens. We generally do this here in the United States, and in some ways it's a good thing. We like to have freedoms when it comes to developing new ideas and new technologies, and these flock cameras kind of going in a lot of places, maybe not with enough rules and not enough oversight. And there have been some issues where, again, when you got people involved, you can't help it. I know it's like having the ability to read everybody's emails. You just can't help but turn it on. And some people have used it to track ex-spouses or ex-girlfriends or boyfriends or just people in general by using the flock technology to see, hey, where they're going around and to track their location. Not a good thing. So Kim Commando will talk about that coming up in the Digital Pros segment. And later on, we're going to reschedule. We had a rescheduled interview because I had to do civic duty on Wednesday. So this will be good, Lori. Lisa Gardner will be with us. She is author. She's got a new novel out called You'll Be Sorry. Lisa Gardner is going to join us.
A thriller.
Yes. And this is yeah, I know. Look at the cover. It's kind of an ominous, it's a
Spooky.
barn. Yeah. And she is a New England author. And she lives in, I'm not sure if she's in New Hampshire, but this is a new thriller. And I think this takes place in the White Mountains up in New Hampshire.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes. An abandoned inn. Ooh.
Oh, I love the premise.
So she'll be with us at 9:22. Thank you, Lori. Time now is 7:18 on WATD. There's Lori in our newsroom. We thank her. All right, it is time now for business news. Watching your money. Let's get the update. And here's ABC.
From ABC News, Wall Street Now. 2 of the 3 major stock averages are on track for their 3rd consecutive weekly advance. The Dow Jones on Thursday gained 70 points to close at 53,840, while the Nasdaq added 0.8%. The S&P finished at a new record high. Mortgage rates haven't been this low in a month. The average rate for a 30-year fixed home loan standing at just under 6.7%. The biggest driver for the drop is a lower reading on inflation at the wholesale level. Americans' changing tastes and the nation's shrinking cattle herd are costing some people their jobs. Tyson Foods says it's restructuring its beef operations by closing 2 plants and pursuing the sale of a 3rd. The next flavor of Oreo cookies? Well, that's up to you. USA Today says 3 new varieties are being launched for a limited time: banana pudding, deep-fried Oreo, and chicken and waffle. Consumers will vote on which one will return next year. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Time now is 7:19. WATD's traffic and weather on the 9s and the ride on the expressway northbound. We have some pockets around Neponset up towards Andrews Square. Southbound looking like it's getting heavier from South Bay down to the Freeport Street on-ramp. Route 3 looks good along the South Shore, Plymouth to Weymouth. Southbound a little slow at the Sagamore. 25 East is slow at the Bourne. 93, some reduced speeds through Randolph and Braintree. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weekend weather. Let's get the details now. Chief Meteorologist Rob Gilman with the South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather. And Rob, your report is sponsored by Cross Insurance. Cross Insurance. For Cross Insurance, they will help you out whether it is home, auto, business insurance. For all your needs, contact Cross Insurance. They are located on Ocean Street in Marshfield. Cross Insurance. Here's Rob Gilman with the weekend weather.
What a nice morning. Breeze will start to pick up a bit with bright sunshine, then a few clouds developing as we go through later today. The high 83 with less humidity. Be an isolated shower, especially on routes to the west this evening. Tonight, clearing, very comfortable, really pleasant. A low of 57, mid-60s in the city. Tomorrow, a good deal of bright sunshine, low humidity. What a great day for the semi-quincentennial parade in the town of Hull. The high near 81 will drop back to the mid-70s right along the beaches with a light sea breeze. High pressure nearby makes for a real cool start to the day on Sunday. A little touch of fall very early in the morning. Sunshine will be followed by increasing clouds, a high of 81. Then a few showers later at night into Monday with more humidity, the high 77 to 81. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Thanks, Rob. And right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, 67 degrees at the weather station. WATD Sports next.
Have you recently moved into a new home? Whether you've just moved into a new apartment, condo, or single-family home, each home has unique insurance needs. Hi, this is Carol from Cross Insurance, with local offices in Braintree and Marshfield. Insuring your home is a big decision, and it's important to understand your options. Whether you're looking for more options, increased coverage, or better pricing, Cross Insurance and Safety Insurance are here to help. We'll help you determine whether you qualify for any discounts or credits on your insurance premiums, such as a new home credit, loss-free credit, an e-customer discount, or an automatic water shutoff device discount. Plus, by insuring both your home and car with Safety Insurance and Cross Insurance, you could potentially save up to 20%. Turn to Cross Insurance and Safety Insurance. We've been working with customers like you for decades. Call Cross Insurance at 781-848-8600. That's Cross Insurance at 781-848-8600.
WATD Sports at 7:23. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala. And it was a tie for the Patriots yesterday. They had their preseason game, their first preseason game. First preseason game for the Colts as well, and they both played to a 13-13 tie in Foxborough last night. New England backup quarterback Tommy DeVito threw a 12-yard touchdown pass to Kyle Williams. Kendall Vildnor and John Saunders Jr. each had interceptions for the Patriots. They did rest Drake May and a majority of their starters. The Patriots also, the kicker, Andy Borregales, missed 3 of his 5 field goal attempts. So head coach Mike Vrabel was asked, do you have a message for Andy Borregales?
We're expected to make him. That's pro football. You know, they're banging him in from 60 yards. They got 2 kickers on the roster, so Andy knows we have to make those field goals.
All right, that is head coach Mike Vrabel talking about the kicker who missed 3 of those 5 field goal attempts yesterday. The Patriots play to a 13-13 tie. Next preseason game will be Saturday, August 22nd against the Philadelphia Eagles at 7 in Foxborough. The Red Sox begin a 3-game series in Pittsburgh tonight against the Pirates at 6:40. The Sox ended their 5-game skid with a 7-0 win over the Blue Jays in Toronto yesterday afternoon. And as we've been talking about, the Little Leaguers from Bridgewater have punched their tickets to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Audio courtesy of ESPN.
To the shortstop, gloved by Goodwin, over to first, and in time! Bridgewater, you're going to Williamsport! Hugs, smiles, some tears, it's all on display. The dream season continues for the Massachusetts State Champions. They are going to the Little League World Series.
Yeah, there you go. There's the audio from ESPN. And as we mentioned, the Little Leaguers will have that first round. That'll begin Wednesday, August 19th against the Metro region. That'll be at 7 p.m. in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And that's our update on sports on WATD.
This is Chris Atwood from 95.9 WATD. Join me tonight from 6:15 to 10 p.m. for The Alternative, when we flash back to 70s punk, 80s new wave, 90s Britpop, and new music from today. The Alternative, tonight from 6:15 to 10 p.m. on 95.9 WATD.
The South Shore's Morning News. Hear it live. Stream it online. Watch the show. Or catch the podcast anytime at 959watd.com.
And we put a Weekend Review podcast up every Friday. You can get that by going to the podcast page at 959watd.com. Rob with the morning team. Great to have you here on a Friday morning. Coming to you from the WATD Coastal Heritage Bank studios. You can check out our beautiful studios. Coastal Heritage Bank sponsoring our studios. Growing Together, Coastal Heritage Bank. We appreciate them for sponsoring our studio. Coastal Heritage Bank, community focused, locally trusted. Coastal Heritage Bank, member FDIC, member DIF. Text line is available if you want to check in. Feel free to send your text messages. The text line is always open at 781-837-4900. You can text the show. All right, right now it's time to check in with our digital pro. Here's Kim Commando.
By now you've heard the reports. More than 120,000 license plate cameras, all run by one private company, Flock Safety. Sure, governments have scanned plates for decades, but Flock pulled off a modern miracle. I'm Kim Commando for Incogni. Data brokers make it easy for anyone to look you up online. Protect your personal information with Incogni. Get 60% off today at privacykim.com. The miracle, it united civil liberties left and the don't tread on me right. These folks agree on nothing. Now they agree on Flock. That's not a controversy. That's a perfect storm. Yesterday, Flock CEO felt the heat. New limits on police access. His words were not Big Brother. Too late, vandals are ripping cameras right off the poles. Cities and HOAs are canceling contracts. Flock's bracing for serious losses. And here's the kicker. The government's plate readers, still up, still scanning, still watching you drive to Target. Guess when the whole country gives you the bird, the flock scatters. Get more tech news that you can use with my free newsletter. GetKim.com.
This is the South Shore's radio station, 95.9 FM WATD. Streaming online at 959watd.com. And with your smart speaker, just by saying play WATD.
And we have the 7:30 news with Lori coming up. Right now it is 7:29. Back out to the roadways, WATD's traffic and weather on the 9s. And the expressway northbound, seeing delays as you make your way from Neponset up towards Southampton Street. So we get about a 16-minute ride there. Southbound is busy. South Bay to Freeport, about 17 minutes on the southbound expressway. Route 3 northbound looks good. Southbound a little slow at the Sagamore. 25 east bunches up at the Bourne. Not seeing any big delays on Route 24. South Shore weather for today. It is going to be a great day today. We will have sunshine for the most part and a few clouds mixed in. High up about 83 for your Friday. This evening, early clouds giving way to mainly clear skies. A low 57. Tomorrow, lots of sun, a few clouds. The high on Saturday, 81. Right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, the temperature 67 degrees in Marshfield. Good morning. The time now is 7:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
67 around the South Shore at 7:30. Good Friday morning. I'm Laurie Kirby, WATD News. The news is brought to you this half hour by Mutual of Omaha, your local reverse mortgage specialist. Contact David Turtelot today at 617-797-3277. Trouble on the high seas on board. The USS Abraham Lincoln deployed overtime to the Middle East as the war against Iran heated up. Military news outlets are reporting that some sailors have tried to jump overboard. And there's a shortage of food and mold in the showers and very low morale. ABC senior correspondent Luis Martinez reports.
Essentially, the carrier has been on 24-hour combat operations. Yes, there was a lull in the fighting with the ceasefires and all that, but what we really have seen is that every day, continual operations, planes taking off on combat missions, on training missions, the ship sometimes even came under attack.
There's a growing chorus of lawmakers in Washington demanding an inquiry. And now to the Lindsay Clancy trial. Joshua McElligott, a Massachusetts State Police officer in the homicide unit, took the stand yesterday in Plymouth. He was asked about medications.
Did you learn, or did other officers learn from Patrick Clancy that the defendant was on some psychiatric medication?
Yes.
And was that information relayed to you in terms of preparing the search warrant?
Yes.
And is that why you included prescription medication in the search warrant?
Yes.
At that point in time, did you or any of the other officers know that the defendant had crushed up pills and taken them that night?
No.
At some point in time, did Patrick Clancy bring pill bottles to the state police and turn them over?
Yes, he did.
And where did he say those were from?
In the center console of his truck, not the top section, the section underneath it.
Did he tell you at some point that pills had been found in the nightstand drawer?
Yes, he did.
And that was in the master bedroom?
Yes.
And did he tell you who he found those with?
Yes, he did.
And who was that?
His attorney.
And did he tell you why he gave those pills?
Objection. I believe it was me, and I'm not his attorney.
But that's what, why don't you re-ask that, what it was that Patrick Clancy said?
What was it that Patrick Clancy said? Did he give you a name or just say my attorney?
He said Kevin Reddington.
A series of text messages between Lindsay Clancy and her mother was read during that trial, as well as defense attorney Kevin Reddington, the voice you heard there, cross-examined Timothy Chiappini, a former state police detective for Plymouth County.
Are you feeling any better during the day? From Mommy to Lindsay.
And go to January 12th, 11:09 in the morning.
Yes, sir.
What did she say? What did Mommy say?
From Mommy to Lindsay, January 12th, 2023, 11:09, 32 seconds a.m. Still feeling a little better, question mark.
And how did she respond? How did Lindsay respond?
A little bit.
And then on January 16th, well, wait a minute, January 14th at 1:05, I think, in the afternoon. Can you pull that one up?
Yes, sir, one moment.
Okay. You recall where it starts as, I'm waiting for the day, and that would be from Lindsay to her mother.
Can you repeat the time one more time, sir?
1:05?
AM or PM?
PM.
And this is on the 14th, sir?
Yes, sir. Yep, January 14th.
I have a message from Lindsay to Mommy, January 14th, 2023, 1:05, 13 seconds PM.
Saying?
About the same, period, hanging in there and waiting for the day I wake up and feel me.
So she says, waiting for the day I wake up feeling like me, right?
That's correct, sir.
Okay.
Judge William Sullivan dismissed jurors for the weekend, so no proceedings today. The trial will resume Monday morning at 9 a.m. And coming up, we've got an update on the Bats of Bridgewater right here in the South Shore Morning News.
I'm here with David Tortolot from Mutual of Omaha Reverse Mortgage. David, who should learn about a reverse mortgage and what's the best way to do this?
Rob, anyone 62 or older that want to stay in their home long term, that are looking for ways to improve their quality of life during retirement, increase their monthly cash flow, or just set up an emergency line of credit to help cover the costs of property taxes, homeowners insurance, home maintenance costs, or other large unexpected costs that show up in the future. And the best way to learn about a reverse mortgage is seek out a local certified reverse mortgage professional.
Well, you're certified, right, David?
Yes. Currently, there are only 210 certified reverse mortgage professionals nationwide. I'm one of them and live right here in Scituate.
Call 617-797-3277. NMLS number 46902. Lender NMLS number 1025894. Equal housing lender.
7:35. Boy, the bats were hot. The pitching, too. The Bridgewater Little League team punched their ticket to the National Little League World Series after shutting out Gray, Maine 8-0 last night, clinching the New England Regional title. Bridgewater pitcher Dominique Montbéliard struck out 12 batters in 5 innings. Fans packed Barrett's Ale House for a watch party to witness history. This is the first time in its 74 history the team is going to the World Series. Bridgewater, who are also state champs, will play next Wednesday night in the first round game in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. By the way, Braintree represented New England last year. Well, the cars lined up and the food went fast on Enterprise Drive in Marshfield yesterday for another Veterans Food drive-thru. Veterans Voice host Greg Brasso reminds everybody The need is always there.
It's helping to fill the pantries of those who can't really afford it right now. We started this 6 years ago when COVID first started, and we thought it would go away once everything got back to normal. But the food insecurity problem seems to be growing, and it's testimony by all the food that we've given away already. About 10,000 pounds of food today to some deserving people. Wolfie and I do things that just fall through the cracks. And we don't do anything spectacular. We can't save lives or anything like that. But if we can help make a difference to some people by getting the food into their hands, we think that's a worthwhile cause.
And lots of food, fun, and entertainment tomorrow at the 5th Annual First Responder Community Jamboree in the City of Champions, Brockton. Brockton Police Lieutenant Mike Livingston says the Jamboree has become a summer favorite.
But it's a lovely event, and just to see us all come together as a community, this is becoming our thing, a tradition.
The First Responder Community Jamboree is tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Brockton Fairgrounds. Fair skies, too, this weekend. Cooler weather, less humid. We've got your ride and the forecast with both our Robs coming up next, and brought to you by Bellstar Jewelry. The same jewelry you know and love, now under new ownership. Shop Bellstar Jewelry's grand reopening sale and visit them in person in the Anderson Plaza in Pembroke today.
Jewelry is more than something you wear. It's a celebration, a milestone, a family story. The pieces you treasure today become the memories you'll pass on tomorrow. That's why generations of South Shore families have trusted Bellstar Jewelry in Pembroke for expert repair, restoration, and guidance. The Frasca family is proud to continue the tradition of personal service and craftsmanship that customers have relied on for decades. Visit Bellstar Jewelry at Anderson Plaza, Route 139 in Pembroke, or online at bellstarjewelry.com. A trusted jeweler is your best advisor. Bellstar Jewelry.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. It is 7:39, and taking a look at your Friday ride, we do have some slowdowns on the expressway northbound. A little busy around the Ponset up towards Southampton Street. It's about a 16-minute drive time from Braintree to Boston. Southbound side, we have some slowdowns from South Bay down to Freeport Street. And again, as you make your way down towards Furnace Brook, Route 3 on the northbound side looks good. Southbound starting to see some of that Friday summer morning volume down at the lane drop at Derby Street in Hingham heading southbound. And then again on the approach to the Sagamore. 25 East is slow on the approach to the Bourne. It's heavy over the bridge onto the Cape. 24, not seeing any big delays through Brockton and Avon. And 93 on the northbound side, or I should say 128 northbound, we have some pockets around 95 to University Ave, and then Route 1 to 109 in Dedham. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory. What a nice morning, 63 degrees, the dew point coming down a bit now, a little less humid, 59. The breeze from the northwest, 12, gusting to 20 miles an hour. Sunshine. Later today, we'll see a few clouds tend to develop. With a weak weather system approaching, the high 83. Again, there'll be a nice breeze. An isolated shower, even the rumble of thunder, especially on routes off to the west. Heading into this evening, again, most towns locally won't see that. And it's going to turn out quite pleasant overnight. Very dry, the low 57, mid-60s in the city. Tomorrow, a little touch of fall very early in the morning. Plenty of bright sunshine, the high 81. Dropping back to the mid-70s along our beaches with a light sea breeze. High pressure from Canada nearby. Sunday, again, a touch of fall very early. Sunshine and clouds will be on the increase, the high 81. Weather system will bring in a few showers at night with more humidity Monday, a shower or two ending. Breezy, high 77 to 81. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Fair skies this morning and 68 degrees in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD. I'm Lori Kirby at 7:42. The South Shore's Morning News continues with Rob Hakala on 95.9 WATD.
Good morning. Great to have you along. Rob Hakala with the morning team, and we're going to be with you till 10 o'clock. Lori Kirby in our newsroom, and you on that text line, 781-837-4900. If you want to comment on any of the stories or something you want to pass along, feel free to do that on the text line, 781-837-4900. Top stories, of course, we've been talking our great top story locally, the kids from Bridgewater going on to the Little League World Series. They got the win last night in the regional championship game in Bristol, Connecticut against Maine. We'll talk about that more in sports. And you also heard Lori Kirby mentioning no court in session today in the Lindsay Clancy trial. Lori, the judge yesterday said that jurors should take the weekend to rest and recharge and to take some time off. And so no court today. Is that correct?
It is. It is. And I think everybody needs a break. It was a very difficult week in that courtroom, I think, for everybody involved.
I was listening, especially the day that we were playing Lindsay Clancy with the crying and it was a lot to listen to. Even though it's just the radio, I'm listening. And it was just all, I can't imagine being in there. I don't know what it's like to be a juror in this case. Hopefully they can remain fair and impartial. A lot of evidence to listen and go over. And again, they'll have to decide again. The main thing comes down to, again, no one's saying that she didn't do it, but was she criminally responsible? Is she criminally responsible, right? That's the issue.
Yeah, and I was kind of diving into the legal analysis of it, was some speculating and wondering whether the judge might remove the defendant from the courtroom to prevent any emotional swaying of the jurors. That outburst, of course, during the reading of the autopsy of her children. But so it's almost, when you think about it, these are my words, not the lawyer's words, emotional evidence being slipped in because it's so charged. To hear the defendant sobbing in grief, that potentially could, I don't know, could it? Can the jurors be objective? And Judge Sullivan keeps reiterating every day, you've got to just listen to the evidence, keep an open mind, take a day off, rest. But I am sure at the end, when we hear the jury instructions at the conclusion of this trial, that Judge Sullivan will tell them clearly what they can and cannot consider. And the emotional reaction of a defendant is not evidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the real case again will be whether she is criminally responsible for committing the acts. It is not. It's easy to get distracted. It's not whether the husband was around or involved, or really, I know that the doctors, even if they made mistakes, that's not the case. There's a separate trial for that.
That's the civil. That's going to be the cornerstone of the civil case.
Yeah, because people are saying, and that's not really, again, the key that you talked about, the legal issue is committing the crime. Is she legally responsible or is
criminally
she criminally responsible? Yeah. And then if not, she would be, again, Lori would be possibly, they're saying the defense said she would be mentally incapacitated, right?
Essentially, I don't want to say institutionalized. I don't know if that's PC to say, but it's unlikely. My understanding is that she's ever going anywhere. She'll be in a hospital or she'll be in a jail cell.
Yeah, I mean, either way, she's going to be somewhere, either, like you said, in a facility or in a jail cell, I guess, depending on what the jury decides. Did you say, or was it not? I thought I heard. Did you say a juror went to speak to?
Yes. Well, I don't know if it was a juror.
Oh, okay. Someone.
I don't want to characterize the person. It was somebody in the courtroom, and I'm watching vicariously, if you will, as a third party. But somebody went up to the parents and said, "This is very difficult." I don't know if that was a juror or not. I would think that might lead to jury dismissal.
Yeah, I would feel that it probably wouldn't be a juror would know not to do that, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. And then, so yesterday was some text messages were revealed as well. A lot of state police testifying yesterday, right?
Forensic experts. These guys are certified in extracting data from, they use the Wayback Machine on the computer to go back to screenshots of that time period in 2022, which is, I think it was like 6 months prior to the crimes. And at that point, there was a laptop in the home. They can't say for sure who was using the laptop, but there was a search of a musician. I believe his name was Tom Hall. I may have that incorrect, but there was a musician that committed suicide. And then the next search was a search in the death section. And, the prosecution brought that up as part of the one of their witnesses. And during cross, Reddington said, that's all you've got? You don't even know who was searching. Did you know that Patrick Clancy actually logged in to the defendant's Facebook page, and that Patrick Clancy plays the guitar and was a fan of this particular musician that was being searched? So that's all you got? That's all you got? I thought it was a strong day for the defense yesterday. And then, of course, we also saw the disturbing searches getting closer to the killings of those children. Can a sociopath be cured? Things of that nature. Psychosis, searches on that.
About the treatment she was receiving.
I'm on the fence about starting a new med or not. I want to feel happy, but it would be nice to feel authentically happy and not fake.
Jurors also saw text messages between Lindsay and Patrick Clancy on the day of the tragedy. They were casual and affectionate.
Patrick to Lindsay, you're a good mama.
During cross-examination, Lindsay's defense attorney Kevin Reddington questioned just how thorough the forensic analysis was.
Did you come across a search?
Okay, now he has a lot of those cards, right? He's bringing, the prosecution usually have everything on a screen, but he's doing with the posters and the cards.
On safari, how to slit your throat to die?
I don't recall.
Did you come across a search? Can you turn airbags off on Kia Sorento?
I don't recall.
Did you know that she had a Kia Sorento?
I did not.
Reddington also pointed out to the jurors Clancy's additional search words, such as schizophrenia, hallucinations, and intrusive, in January 2023, the same month she killed her children.
Wow. All right. So again, as Lori mentioned, no court in session today, and they'll regroup next week, right?
Yeah, and why that's relevant to the case is that the prosecution is saying that Lindsay staged her suicide, that the second floor window in their Duxbury home wasn't quite high enough to assure death, that it was she committed this premeditated act of triple murder against her own children, then jumped out of the window to make it look like she was trying to kill herself. And Reddington is trying to use their own evidence. We're still seeing the prosecution witnesses using their own evidence to say, we have a series of your text messages showing that Lindsay Clancy was Googling and searching how to die repeatedly. So that's really at the core of it, if that makes sense. I don't know if I made sense there.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Lori. Lori Kirby in our WATD newsroom. The time now is 7:49. And back out to the roads we go. WATD's traffic and weather. We update it every 10 minutes in the morning. And taking a look at the ride this morning, we've got some slowdowns as you make your way into town on the expressway around the Neponset on-ramp up to Southampton Street. Southbound is slow, South Bay to Freeport. And then again, some pockets, Granite down to Furnace Brook. Route 3 on the northbound side in pretty good shape. Southbound is slow at Derby Street at the lane drop. And then again, some slowdowns about, looks like maybe a building about a mile at the Sagamore, 25 East. Slow approaching the Bourne, not bad on Route 24. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, the updated South Shore weather. Let's check in with meteorologist Josh Nichols with the South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather, and it's being sponsored by Coastal Heritage Bank. Community focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF. Coastal Heritage Bank.
What a nice morning. Breeze will start to pick up a bit with bright sunshine, then a few clouds developing as we go through later today. The high 83 with less humidity. Be an isolated shower, especially on routes to the west this evening. Tonight, clearing, very comfortable, really pleasant. A low of 57, mid-60s in the city. Tomorrow, a good deal of bright sunshine, low humidity. What a great day for the semi-quincentennial parade in the town of Hull. A high near 81 will drop back to the mid-70s right along the beaches with a light sea breeze. High pressure nearby makes for a real cool start to the day on Sunday. A little touch of fall very early in the morning. Sunshine will be followed by increasing clouds, a high of 81. Then a few showers later at night into Monday with more humidity, the high 77 to 81. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Thank you, Rob. And right now outside our studio in Marshfield, we are at 69 degrees at the weather station WATD. The weather is sponsored by Coastal Heritage Bank, community focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF. Sports next.
Frankie, what's cooking?
Shouldn't you be at pickleball?
Yeah, I'm off this week.
Well then, let's get you that coffee.
Around here, people remember you and your schedule. At Coastal Heritage Bank, we believe banking should feel just as personal. For generations, we've helped South Shore families with checking, savings, and deposit solutions, combining modern banking technology with the personal service we're known for. Community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF, equal housing lender.
WATD Sports at 7:53. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala. All right. Well, it was a quiet night for the Red Sox as they wrapped up their game in the afternoon. They are going to continue their road trip as they begin a 3-game series in Pittsburgh tonight against the Pirates at 6:40. Now, the Sox did yesterday afternoon end their 5-game skid. They got a 7-0 win over the Blue Jays in Toronto. Preseason football got underway last night in Foxborough. Patriots and Indianapolis Colts played to a 13-13 tie. The Patriots arrested Drake May and the majority of their starters. The next preseason game will be Saturday, August 22nd against the Philadelphia Eagles at 7 in Foxborough. And the Little Leaguers from Bridgewater punching their tickets to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. They knocked off Maine 8-0 last night in the regional championship game in Bristol, Connecticut. And now the first round will be New England region versus Metro region, and that will be next week, Wednesday night at 7. And that's your update on sports on WATD, sponsored by the South Shore Gutter Monkeys this time around. The South Shore Gutter Monkeys experience exceptional care for your home with professional gutter cleaning, repair, and installation services. Contact South Shore Gutter Monkeys for a free estimate today.
I'm Bobby Downspout of the South Shore Gutter Monkeys, and today we recognize another group of everyday American heroes, the South Shore Gutter Monkey Office Crew.
Ain't no I in office crew.
Actually, yes there is.
My bad.
These swivel chair jockeys are a triage team of first responders to bad weather. So when Mother Nature is at her worst, these adorable apes are at their best. With superhuman-like skills, they perform those underappreciated tasks, answering phone calls, booking appointments, and giving free estimates right over the phone.
Oh, yeah.
And when the South Shore Gutter Monkey crews return from their daily work schedule, those curators of the cubicles rise to the tasks of filing, accounts receivables, and ledger entries.
Not all heroes wear capes.
To converse with one of these paper-pushing primates, call the South Shore Gutter Monkeys at 508-477-9100.
Now write that number down.
Or visit SouthShoreGutterMonkeys.com.
Take it, Johnny.
No monkeys were harmed in the making of this commercial.
In a recent survey of 123,000 wireless customers, Pure Talk was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every category: coverage, support, value, and data. What else do you need to know? Switch to Pure Talk today and get any plan, including their top shelf unlimited data plan for just $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract, no commitment. Dial pound 250, say micro, and let Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team help you make the switch.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like public works supervisor.
Hey, this waterman is under a ton of pressure. Did you ever fix it?
Yeah, 3 layers of duct tape. Wait, should I have added a 4th layer?
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job
It's
today.
the summer sales event only at Sullivan Tire. Now's the perfect time to save on the tires you need. Buy 3 Yokohama tires and get the 4th free. Or save $100 on Continental or Falcon tires for whatever you drive. Plus, get $50 off our tire protection and alignment package with a purchase of any 4 tires. Interest-free financing is available, making it even easier to save.
Don't miss these special deals all this month, only at Sullivan Tire.
WATD time 7:56, and let's check in with ABC's Brad Milkey. Pickleball down in Mashpee.
Kind of awesome about sports that don't require any expensive or fancy equipment. Like basketball, you need a ball and a hoop. Soccer, just a ball and a net. Even pickleball, if there's a court nearby, all you need is a friend, some paddles, and one of those cheap yellow balls. At least, that's usually how it works. Let me introduce you to Mashpee, Massachusetts. It's a small town on the state's south coast. It faces Martha's Vineyard and Chappaquiddick. Population 15,000. It's quiet, except when people are playing pickleball. If you've ever played this sport, you know this sound, the constant thwacking. But in Mashpee, town officials say they have never quite encountered a debate about anything as heated as this one.
Should one person's objection outweigh the overwhelming public benefit these courts provide to hundreds of people?
According to the Boston Globe, after years of complaints by one resident who lives near the local courts and then counter-complaints by pickleball players who say this guy's a jerk, yesterday town officials instituted a controversial rule. From now on, if you want to play pickleball in Mashpee, you have to use a specially designed ball, a ball that is made to be quiet. Sounds nice, right? Don't tell that to the paddlers.
Changing the ball is not a minor tweak. It fundamentally alters the sport.
First of all, players say the balls themselves are just terrible. One compared it to learning how to play golf with ping pong balls. It's just a completely different sport. The even bigger complaint, though, is the cost. The brand initially proposed by the city are these 3D printed pickleballs that cost $50 a piece.
And I don't think this ball is too expensive. I'm sure keep laughing, but I bet every one person that's laughing has spent more than that at Dunkin' Donuts in a matter of a week.
They've since listed other acceptable brands, but not all of them are even recognized by USA Pickleball. It all speaks to 2 central questions. One is the one that's plagued towns for years now. How loud is too loud for recreational sports? The other is, what kind of equipment can you force people to get, and should cost be a factor? Several towns across the country have banned pickleball courts altogether, citing noise complaints like these ones. But remember, pickleball has become big, popular business, and now some of these residents say they'll be taking their matches and perhaps their families and property tax dollars elsewhere.
ABC's Brad Milkey. It is 7:59. Traffic and weather in the 9s. And the expressway is slow from Neponset up to Southampton Street on the northbound side. Route 3 northbound is okay. Southbound busy at the Derby Street lane drop in Hingham. Then we're looking at about a mile and a half back up at the Sagamore. 25 east slow at the Bourne. A mix of sun and clouds, a high of 83 today. We're at 70 now. 8 o'clock.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Accused CEO killer Luigi Mangione expected to plead guilty today to federal stalking charges related to the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Outside the courthouse, ABC Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katursky.
Mangione has maintained he is not guilty, but sources tell ABC News he is prepared to change his plea as he faces a mountain of evidence, including video of Thompson's murder, the killer approaching from behind and shooting him in the back. Police also said they pulled the murder weapon from his bag.
Mangione still faces murder
murder and gun charges in state court. More rain overnight in parts of the Midwest, already facing flooding. Indiana under a state of emergency. Ohio also dealing with high water rescues and evacuations. A late summer heat wave gripping the Central Plains and Southeast. 97 million Americans could face dangerous temperatures this weekend. Democrats demanding an investigation into reports that the crew of the USS Abraham Lincoln has been at sea so long, 200 days without a port call. This is ABC News. Amid growing concerns over privacy, Flock is announcing changes to its automated license plate readers, which scan every plate, passing along time and location to a nationwide database.
The CEO of Flock announcing big changes to its system in a video posted on its website.
These changes fall into three big areas: privacy, security, and accountability. Together, they mark a new chapter for Flock.
In a pre-recorded statement sent to ABC News, CEO Garrett Langley says Flock will change the default data retention period from 30 days to 7 days. And in the next few weeks, the company will roll out something called evidence mode, which will allow detectives to preserve data as evidence for an active investigation.
Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Ash spewing from Sicily's Mount Etna has forced the closure of the island's largest airport for a fifth day. Millions flock to Sicily this time of year, marking the height of the summer holiday season in Italy. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
WATD FM Marshfield.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
95.9 WATD.com.
70 degrees around the South Shore at 8:02. Good Friday morning. I'm Laurie Kirby, WATD News. The news is brought to you by Bonji's Turkey Roost. Just because you're short on time, don't come up short on dinner. Pick up your fresh, delicious dinner at Bonji's in Duxbury. The police chief in New Bedford has suspended the use of flock cameras. A New Bedford police officer is now also on leave, accused of using the department's flock camera system to track her ex-girlfriend. A restraining order request was filed by that ex-girlfriend, a New Bedford police officer, Emily Pacheco, who claims the officer used the camera to get an image of her license plate and follow her. Now, flock cameras are mounted along public roads. They take images of our license plates and other vehicle characteristics for that database, as you heard in the network news, that is then sold as a tool to help solve crimes. But again, that new post from the company's CEO under fire, Garrett Langley, announcing new measures to strengthen privacy, accountability, and security regarding flock cameras. The Bridgewater Little League team punched their ticket to the National League World Series, shutting out Gray Maine 8-zip last night, clinching the New England Regional title. This is the second year in a row that a South Shore team has gone to the Little League World Series. Braintree represented New England last year. Bridgewater, the state champs, play in Pennsylvania next Wednesday night in the first round game. And a new round of rain has led to improved drought conditions across much of Massachusetts, including right here on the South Shore.
We have bumped up the Southeast region from a level 2, which is a significant drought, to a level 1, which is a mild drought. And that's because what we saw with all that rainfall, that the precipitation index had really improved from the 3-month look back and the 12-month look back. And so what that meant was that stream flow was also doing better, and that was in the normal range. Groundwater, which takes a longer time to recover, moved into a mild drought, as did the other 3 indices.
Assistant Director of Water Policy, Purvi Patel, says more rain is still needed here, and she's urging residents to conserve water. Each town, of course, has their own bylaws about water conservation, and we've got a lot more information about drought information on our website right now, 959WATD.com. A lot more news, the weekend weather, and your ride coming up next on the South Shore's Morning News.
Who wants to cook in the summer? Get away from the stove and go straight to Bonji's Turkey Roost in Duxbury. Try the Bonji's Picnic Pack. It's stocked with Bonji's Grade A USDA world-famous fried chicken, jumbo taters, macaroni salad, and coleslaw. It's quite a crowd pleaser. And Bonji's sandwiches always satisfy, whether it's their tender turkey salad salad sandwich or the juicy sliced turkey sandwich, everyone will have a smile on their face with a sandwich from Bonji's. Pick up potato salad, chicken salad, and lots more. How about a full turkey dinner with all the fixins? It's waiting for you at Bonji's. And don't forget dessert. Bonji's has apple, blueberry, pecan, and peach pies, along with other fantastic dessert selections. We haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg of everything Bonji's has to offer. View their full, delicious, time-saving menu at bonjis.com. Route 53 in Duxbury. Call 781-585-2392. Stop cooking and start eating. Summer's made easy with Bonji's.
Jurors get a break from the gut-wrenching testimony in the Lindsay Clancy triple murder trial today. Judge William Sullivan dismissing the jurors for the weekend yesterday.
So I'm going to suggest that take these next couple of days, kind of rest up. I know it's been a long couple of weeks for you. I appreciate all the work that you've done. I'm going to really remind you of those instructions because now I've got kind of a longer stretch that you're going to be at home, you're going to be talking to people. So I just want to remind you, do not talk about this case with anyone. Don't do any research about this case or similar cases. If you have any questions, don't do any research. Don't try and educate yourself on any of the issues or facts that you've heard so far in this case. Don't make any little road trips to go by any places or try and fill in any gaps.
It's 8:07. The trial resumes on Monday at 9. Education. It's all about education, and joining us to talk about how to make that better for the kids, families, and teachers in our community is Sean Powers, board member with the Marge Crispin Center, here to talk about their back-to-school drive this weekend. Good morning.
Good morning, Lori. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for being here. Tell us all about this and how folks can help.
Sure. Well, unfortunately, back to school is right around the corner, so folks are getting ready to go back to school, and some families' budgets are just stretched a bit too thin, so we're trying to find ways to help them out with a back to school and school supply drive, which is happening this Sunday, August 16th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. outside of Braintree Town Hall. Folks can drive right up, drop off whatever they'd like to donate, and those items will be collected to assist local families in need and any teachers that might need some supplies.
What kinds of things were you hoping people might drop off?
Right, so they need backpacks, folders, colored pencil sets, pens, pencils, markers, scissors, rulers, all of the above, really, for schools and for our kids. And, you know, a lot of this can be found either online or at local stores. I know some local stores are running some sales that folks can take advantage of. And, you know, with everything costing more, you know, some families just don't have these types of items in their budget. And, you know, we'd like to support teachers that need these items as well in their classroom.
How can we present it? Can we drop it off in a bag, or does it have to be wrapped? What's your wish here?
Any way that folks would like to drop them off, they can keep them in the bag. They can, you know, separate them if they'd like. They're all going to be collected in bins and stored when they're needed. If folks can't get there this Sunday between 4 and 6 p.m., they can drop off their donation during normal business hours of Town Hall at the mayor's office, and they'll collect them and get them to us.
All right. And again, the address very quickly here where they can go and drop off those nice items.
It's 1 JFK Memorial Drive, which is right on Washington Street in Braintree, and that's from 4 to 6 p.m. this Sunday.
Excellent. Sean Powers, I wish you well.
Great.
Nice work there.
Thanks, Lori.
Thanks
so much.
You're welcome. Coming up, traffic with Rob, brought to you by the Life Care Center of the South Shore.
Hi, I'm Beth Burke, Director of Admissions and Marketing at Life Care Center of the South Shore.
And I'm Sam Corey, Executive Director of Life Care Center of the South Shore. Choosing a nursing home for short-term rehab or long-term care is serious business. You want a place whose focus is on great care, exceptional rehab, and a clean, home-like environment. We will do whatever it takes to not only meet, but exceed those expectations.
We have new clinicians dedicated to education and oversight and caring staff that continue to give 100% to provide the best care for short-term rehab and long-term care. There's a reason that U.S. News & World Report has rated us in the top 13% of nursing homes in the country. We're putting the care back in healthcare.
If you or a loved one is in need of post-acute rehab, or if it is time to explore options for long-term care, call us at 781-545-1370. That's 781-545-1370. Life Care Center of the South Shore, doing whatever it takes and then some.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
And good morning, and we are looking at delays on this Friday morning on the expressway around the Neponset ramp. You've got some slow spots from there heading up towards Columbia Road, and typically what we see, and we're seeing it again today, you see more volume on the southbound side on a Friday morning than you do the northbound side. So Braintree to Boston, 15 minutes. Southbound almost doubled. It's 27 minutes from Boston down to Braintree with heavy volume. Route 3 northbound, not too bad. Southbound is slow at Derby Street in Hingham. And then getting in a good weekend at the Cape. It is about, it's getting close to 2 miles already at the Sagamore Bridge. Getting on Cape this morning, 25 east, about a half mile to 3/4 mile back up at the Bourne Bridge. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
What a nice morning. Breeze will start to pick up a bit with bright sunshine and few clouds developing as we go through later today. The high 83 with less humidity. It'll be an isolated shower, especially on routes to the west this evening. Tonight, clearing, very comfortable, really pleasant. A low of 57, mid-60s in the city. Tomorrow, a good deal of bright sunshine, low humidity. What a great day for the semi-quincentennial parade in the town of Hull. The high near 81 will drop back to the mid-70s right along the beaches with a light sea breeze. High pressure nearby makes for a real cool start to the day on Sunday. A little touch of fall very early in the morning. Sunshine will be followed by increasing clouds, a high of 81. Then a few showers later at night into Monday with more humidity, the high 77 to 81. Next, weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
71 in Marshfield at the weather station WATD. I'm Lori Kirby at 8:13, and the South Shore's Morning News continues with Rob Hakala on 95.9 WATD.
Lori, thank you so much. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Great to have you along. 14th day of August, and it sounds like it's going to be a great weekend in Hull. These are some of the events, right? They were scheduled because some of the thunderstorms or whatever they had last time around. But this sounds like it's going to be great, right? Remember they couldn't get the fireworks in before?
Right, the endless summer. And it was so weird. We had all that orange haze from Canada.
Yes. All those wildfires they keep lighting up there to make us, I don't know what they're doing up there. I thought all the trees would be gone by now. But every summer we keep having more wildfires. They have a lot of trees up in Canada, so that's for it. It does affect us as well with those summer days. Great day to get out and get some ice cream. Get over to Jenny's next to the Marshfield Hills General Store. I went there already this summer, and I'm going to go back. And then I went to Hornstra, as you know, earlier in the week. I told you about that story as well. Going to Hornstra Farms in Whitman to get some ice cream. I had 2 scoops, 1 cinnamon and 1 almond joy, and it was delicious. Yeah,
had you ever had cinnamon before?
No, it was one of their special flavors, Lori. You know, those limited time flavors you can get. They had strawberry cheesecake, and I think M&M was one of those limited time flavors, and cinnamon. And I said, you know what? I don't really like strawberry cheesecake.
You don't like any cheesecake.
And no, so I'm going to pass on that. And M&M's, I feel like I could put that in my ice cream. But I said cinnamon.
Well,
I've never had some cinnamon, so
what's your
I
estimation?
said, ma'am, have you tried the cinnamon? I'm going to have that cinnamon. What do you think of that cinnamon? And she said, sir, I've never had it. How about the cheesecake? I said, no, I don't want the cheesecake. She said, you want a taste? And I said, no, I'm not going to hold up the line for a taste. I said, I'm committed. Give me the cinnamon.
Well,
it was good, of course. I knew I'd probably like any of the ice cream they make at Hornstra Farms. It's so delicious because the cows are right there, Lori. And with the smell of cows, that means ice cream.
Yes.
All right. So it was good. Did you end up making your corn? I made mine last night.
You did? You made it last night?
Yeah, it was great. Oh, the sweet corn.
What did you put on it?
Corn on the cob. I put just a little bit of butter and pepper.
We both like it just with no salt. The same way, butter and pepper. So
butter
I
and
brought
pepper,
mine
corn.
I brought it into WATD to eat here.
Oh, you did? Okay.
That's my lunch today.
Cologne on the cob?
Yeah.
All
I'm going to
right, so that was
microwave
great.
it.
I went to the local farm stand, which was great. I saw the sign. I pulled around, and I said, wow, look at that. It said fresh corn, pull in here. And so I said, well, I'm going to turn around and go back. And I got the corn, and it was great. And I got the potatoes there.
You did?
And then, yeah, I got some potatoes as well, some potatoes, and then some corn. And then I did not get the ribeye steak from there because they didn't have any steaks. But I get the ribeye and the corn on the cob and baked potato. And, that's summer, right, Lori? That's
It sure
summertime.
is. I love the farm stands. Now, was it the honor system? I love the old-fashioned ones where it's just like a little wooden slot and you stick the money in and hopefully you're honest.
Oh, yes. Well, no. I mean, you did have to go in to pay. There was not a pay. It was not that kind of, I know what you're saying, yeah, where it's just sort of, they have the farm, but they don't really have a store front, and they just put the product out there, and then you could, sometimes I see that with like blueberries and strawberries and those kind of things you'll see. But no, this one at this particular place, they have a nice little store, and there were people inside running it, and they've actually got a cash register where you can even, put your little card in now. They had like a little reader and everything in this little farm stand. It was great, but the product was outside. They had the corn in the bin, so yeah. I mean, I suppose you could just go and it'd be awful. I mean, people might do that probably, but I think most people are very honest when they go there and they want to support the farms. So I went and I picked out the corn I wanted, the corn, and then I put it in the little bag and I walked inside and paid for it.
Nice. Did you boil it or did you microwave it?
I microwaved it.
I'm with you on that.
I can do it now. Yeah, I know some people say it can come out very good. I do the wrapping it in the moist paper towel method.
I think Nettie taught us that.
Yeah, and so you put it in, you get the corn, and then you just wrap it. You want to, wet the paper towel,
Right.
and then you put it in there, and you make sure it doesn't overcook, and you check it until it's a little bit soft, and then you just let it sit out.
And it pops.
And then it just kind of stays moist inside the little roll there, and so it becomes nice and juicy, and then you bite into it, and it's great. So
I use it as a beauty product after I cook the corn in the microwave. I take the corn paper towel and I put it on my face. It's a nice beauty.
like a hot toddy
Yeah,
or something.
I do.
Okay. No, that makes sense. I guess you could do that, Lori. I did not do
I
that.
smell like corn, but,
Well,
I glow.
But there's a lot of worse things that you could. Yeah, corn's not bad. All right. So you're going to be eating corn on the cob later today. All right. Very good. In the newsroom?
Yes, and then I'll do my facial in the kitchen.
Ah, okay. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Coming up, we'll talk more about the flock camera story. That's a good one to get into. We'll do a little of that at 8:40 if you have some thoughts on that. Text in 781-837-4900 or any topic on corn or flock cameras or Clancy trial or the Little Leaguers from Bridgewater. Anything you want to bring to the table, 781-837-4900. Our text line is sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. You bend it, they mend it. You better believe it.
From ABC News, Wall Street Now. 2 of the 3 major stock averages are on track for their 3rd consecutive weekly advance. The Dow Jones on Thursday gained 70 points to close at 53,840, while the Nasdaq added 0.8%. The S&P finished at a new record high. Mortgage rates haven't been this low in a month. The average rate for a 30-year fixed home loan standing at just under 6.7%. The biggest driver for the drop is a lower reading on inflation at the wholesale level. Americans' changing tastes and the nation's shrinking cattle herd are costing some people their jobs. Tyson Foods says it's restructuring its beef operations by closing 2 plants and pursuing the sale of a 3rd. The next flavor of Oreo cookies? Well, that's up to you. USA Today says 3 new varieties are being launched for a limited time: banana pudding, deep-fried Oreo, and chicken and waffle. Consumers will vote on which one will return next year. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Well, I guess I'll have to try them. Chicken and waffle, banana pudding, or deep fried. Deep fried, I think, would seem good. What do you guys think? Chicken and waffle Oreo, though? I don't know. Banana pudding, no, I'm not sure. All right. 8:19, WATD's traffic and weather on the 9-6 Expressway northbound. Busy around Neponset up towards Southampton Street. Southbound side of the expressway, you got some delays, though. That's worse going southbound from South Bay to Freeport Street and Neponset down to Furnace Brook. Route 3 on the northbound side looks good. Southbound is slow at Derby Street in Hingham. And then you're looking at about, let's get the latest here. It starts after Herring Pond Road in Plymouth down to the Sagamore Bridge. It's getting close to 2 miles of the Sagamore. 25 east is slow. About a 3/4 mile back up at the Bourne. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Let's get the details on the weekend. Sponsored by King Optical. Choose from thousands of custom frames or get replacement lenses crafted for your favorite pair of glasses. You can clearly see why they've been in business for over 70 years. Visit kingoptical.net.
What a nice morning. Breeze will start to pick up a bit with bright sunshine and a few clouds developing as we go through later today. The high 83 with less humidity. Be an isolated shower, especially on routes to the west this evening. Tonight, clearing, very comfortable, really pleasant. A low of 57, mid-60s in the city. Tomorrow, a good deal of bright sunshine, low humidity. What a great day for the semi-quincentennial parade in the town of Hull. A high near 81 will drop back to the mid-70s right along the beaches with a light sea breeze. High pressure nearby makes for a real cool start to the day on Sunday. A little touch of fall very early in the morning. Sunshine will be followed by increasing clouds, a high of 81. Then a few showers later at night into Monday with more humidity, the high 77 to 81. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Thank you so much, Rob. And right now, outside our studio, 71 degrees at the weather station, WATD. Sports coming up next.
Hi, I'm Jeff Fulpe. At King Optical, we've seen it all. No pun intended. Some people put their glasses on top of their head, stretching the frame. Some people drop them and scratch them. Sit on them. Even leave them on the dashboard of their car. Remember, King Optical has a full-service eyeglass department. We can duplicate your scratched lenses and repair your frames. King Optical, 20 School Street, West in Braintree. Online at kingoptical.net.
WATD Sports at 8:22. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala, and our sports report is sponsored by See Plymouth, the official tourism site for the town and county of Plymouth. SeePlymouth.com. All right, so it was a win for the, well, I should say win for the Red Sox yesterday, but that was yesterday afternoon up in Toronto, and thank goodness the Red Sox were able to turn things around in terms of stopping the losing skid. Sox get a win, beating the Toronto Blue Jays 7-0 up in Toronto yesterday afternoon, as standout rookie Peyton Tolley allowed 2 hits over 8 innings, and Caleb Durbin hit a grand slam. Sox win 7-0. They'll continue their road trip tonight. They begin a 3-game weekend series in Pittsburgh against the Pirates at 6:40. Jake Bennett will be on the mound for the Red Sox. Preseason football last night in Foxborough. Patriots sitting out their starters. The Patriots, though, played to a 13-13 tie against the Indianapolis Colts. New England backup quarterback Tommy DeVito threw a 12-yard touchdown pass to Kyle Williams. Kendall Vildnor and John Saunders Jr. each had interceptions for the Patriots, who did rest Drake May and the majority of their starters. The next preseason game will be Saturday, August 22nd against the Philadelphia Eagles at 7 in Foxborough. Andy Borregales missed 3 of his 5 field goal attempts last night. Is there a message for him? Head coach Mike Vrabel.
We're expected to make them. That's pro football. You know, they're banging them in from 60 yards. They got 2 kickers on the roster, so Andy knows we have to make those field goals. I don't have a message. I mean, We're expecting.
All right, so there you go. He knows he needs to make those field goals. That's the message from the coach last night. And the Patriots, again, just a preseason game. They'll next play again Saturday, August 22nd against the Eagles. And the Little Leaguers from Bridgewater punching their tickets to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Bridgewater beat Maine 8-0 last night in the regional championship game in Bristol, Connecticut. They'll now represent all of New England and play Wednesday night at 7 against the Metro Region champion. Well, who's that going to be? New Jersey or Connecticut? We'll get the answer later, as that game is going to be decided tonight at 7. And that's our update on sports on WATD.
There's an electricity in the air and on the ground in downtown Plymouth. This summer and all the way through the Thanksgiving parade, ride from the waterfront to the courthouse or travel all the way down Court Street for free. Simply download the Ride Circuit app on your phone and put in a request for a ride. Park once, ride free. Ride Circuit will pick you up and drop you off anywhere in the Plymouth Historic District. The all-electric vehicles save congestion, pollution, and plenty of hassle. Download the Ride Circuit app today and begin your Plymouth adventure. Sponsored by cplymouth.com and Park Plymouth.
How do you know when you can afford to retire? Does your fixed income cover your expenses? For most people, the answer is no. And if it doesn't, how much will you need to draw from your portfolio? Will that draw last for your lifetime if we factor in inflation? How should you invest your accounts and draw from them tax efficiently? Hi, I'm Alyssa McNamara-Reed with McNamara Financial in Marshfield. Give me a call if I can help you determine if you can afford to retire. 781-834-2010.
Get ready for the South Shore's best dad and daughter duo in the building business. The Bethany Builders Podcast on WATD. Each week, the Bethany Builders crew, Chris Bethany, Steve Burton, Christian Fourier, and Sophia Bethany discuss ongoing building and remodeling projects, sports, fun, and more. Listen live or watch them on the Bethany Builders YouTube or Facebook page. The Bethany Builders Podcast is sponsored by Bethany Builders of Duxbury, Koopman Lumber, and Trex Decking.
The Bethany Builders Podcast, Sunday afternoons, 12:15 to 1 on 95.9 WATD. All right, it's 8:27 on the South Shore's Morning News, 95.9 WATD, coming to you from the WATD Coastal Heritage Bank Studios. Community-focused, locally trusted since 1889, Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF, Coastal Heritage Bank. Thank you for sponsoring our studio. And if you want to see more of our studio, you can with the WATD YouTube feed. We got that up live 7 to 10. There's also the chat room. You can go in there as well and chat. We want to give a big shout out to Lord Hadaway, who says, good morning, Lori. Happy Friday. Good morning, Rob. We also have Gray Wolf in there. He's having a little trouble with his Wi-Fi. Thank you, Gray Wolf. Carrie says TGIF. And Tony from Portugal is listening, or watching, I should say, on YouTube. Good morning, Rob and Lori and the rest of the news team. I'm in the Azores in Portugal. Just wish you could put the newsroom closer. It's too far from you, Rob. I can't see Lori very well. Well, Tony, we thank you for that, and we try to get it as close as we can, as close as we're allowed by the news team to have that camera, if you understand. So we appreciate that. Thank you, Tony. Text line is also open as well if you want to connect in that way. 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. Issue of the new Oreo. They got some new ones, and they're going to allow you to pick. They're going to do a vote, whether it's chicken and waffles. This is, of course, to get people to buy Oreos. We know this. Chicken and waffle, banana pudding, or deep fried are the flavors. Gene says classic Oreos, double stuff, and golden O's are all the Oreos we need. Some of the flavors are crazy. Enjoy this beautiful day. No, I agree with you, Gene, in that it's fun to try some of the flavors. I had one that was like a cinnamon bun, and it's great. You eat a few of them, and it's kind of fun, and then you kind of, I don't know what it is. It's like you get sick of them, and you're like, I can't eat this flavor anymore. Maybe it just tastes a little weird, or it seems artificial. But then you always go back. I mean, there's a reason the classic formula works. Is you're right. I mean, they can just keep making the chocolate Oreo and vanilla cream, and till the end of time, people will keep buying that stuff. So yeah, I agree. It's still the best one. It's the original. All right, 8:29, traffic and weather in the 9s, and the ride on Route 3 southbound slow after Route 18 down to Derby Street in Hingham. Then about almost a 2-mile delay at the Sagamore. 25 east, about a 3/4 mile backup at the Bourne. Not too bad on 24, and the expressway northbound seeing some slowdowns around Neponset up towards Southampton Street. It's heavier on the southbound expressway. South Shore weather for today, we're going to have sunshine mixing with some clouds, 83 tonight. Some clouds around early, and then that'll give way to mainly clear skies overnight. A low 57 tomorrow. Lots of sun, a few clouds, 81. Right now, 72 in Marshfield, 8:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
72 and sunny around the South Shore at 8:30 this Friday morning. Good morning. I'm Laurie Kirby, WATD News. The news is brought to you by Tiny & Sons Glass. His boys do a good job. 1-888-64-TINYS, TINYS. And a new aircraft carrier is steaming toward the Mideast this morning after reports of problems, including food shortages and mold, on the long-deployed USS Lincoln. The AP's Jennifer King with the update.
The Navy says the USS George Washington aircraft carrier is leaving Vietnam and heading toward the Middle East, amid reports of mental health and supply issues aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln. The Lincoln's one of 2 U.S. carriers in the Middle East. It set a record for uninterrupted time at sea during its deployment in support of the Iran war. CNN, the Military Times, and other outlets have reported more than one sailor has attempted to jump overboard, and families of service members conveyed complaints of low morale and supply issues. The Navy acknowledges the war has disrupted access to traditional supply hubs in the region and says that led to shortages, which are now being addressed by leadership.
The Lindsay Clancy murder trial is in recess for the weekend. The trial resumes Monday morning at 9 a.m., the judge urging them to go home and rest after a gut-wrenching week of testimony. Yesterday's testimony centering on text messages and Google searches on things like suicide, hallucination, and sociopathic tendencies. A Brockton man has been sentenced in Boston federal court for depositing stolen and altered checks. The 32-year-old suspect, Gino Allegra, had pleaded guilty to 4 counts of theft of government checks, 4 counts of bank fraud, and 3 counts of money laundering. He was sentenced to time served following by 3 years of supervised release. Coming up next, the significance of the moon in the city of Quincy. A live interview for you in just a moment. And then, of course, the weekend weather coming up. All kinds of fun things. Keep it right here on 95.9, the South Shore's Morning News.
It was the summer of 1969, and Toby Gibson was taking the prettiest girl in school, Diane Lane, on their first official date. Toby's dad let him take his prized Ford LTD Country Squire, a beautiful vehicle with wood grain paneling, massive interior space, and a V8 engine, to the Marshfield Drive-In Theater. Toby was pulling out all the stops. Easy Rider was playing on the big screen that night, and Toby and Diane saw most of the movie. Of course, Toby was going to clean all the popcorn that had somehow found its way onto the floor before he returned his dad's car. But when the movie ended, Toby wasn't thinking about that just yet, or about much of anything, really. A love-struck Toby's head was still up in the clouds. Amidst first love's fog, Toby forgot to unhook the speaker from the car, pulled away, and came crashing back to earth as that speaker smashed through the driver's side window of his father's Country Squire. I guess it's true what the song says. Love hurts.
I'm Peter Brown from Tiny & Sons Auto Glass. Windshield broken? Just call 1-888-64-TINYS, and thank you.
8:35. Quincy is getting ready for the August Moon Festival. Emily Kenner is COO at Quincy Asian Resources, and she joins us now live. Good morning, Emily.
Good morning, Lori. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Before we get to the why and when, or the where, tell us the cultural significance of the moon.
Sure, absolutely. So the August Moon Festival really is meant to celebrate the harvest at the end of the summer as we go into the fall. This time of year, there's a lot of celebration in many cultures, and across Asia, the August Moon Festival is celebrated just to recognize abundance, to kind of hope and see more abundance coming for the communities in the coming months.
Okay, and I'm curious, how far back has this Moon Festival gone in the Quincy area and perhaps overseas?
Absolutely. So here in Quincy, we are celebrating the 39th annual festival. We, as Quarry, Quincy Asian Resources, the festival actually predates the organization. So it was originally started by just a group of community members here in Quincy who wanted to create an opportunity for a lot of community members to celebrate. As Quarry was founded in 2001, we took over hosting it as an organization, and it's really just grown and snowballed since then. It's one of the largest festivals celebrating the August moon in New England at this point. We usually see about 10,000, 15,000 individuals come through. It's a big street festival, so it's really grown, and it's a lot of fun.
Oh, my, what a turnout. So tell us about this year's festival. Where is it going to be? When is it going to be? And what can we expect?
Absolutely. So it is coming up this Sunday, August 16th. It'll be held in Quincy Center all along Coddington Street. It's a big street festival, so we have performances all day. We have a traditional lion dance opening ceremony at noon. There's a lot of food, representing all different cultures. We have Thai, we have Chinese, we have many, many types of food. We have ice cream, boba, all sorts of food for our guests to choose from. A lot of activities for children. It's a really fun family event. So we have free rock climbing, we have henna artists, face painting, things like that. A lot of activities for children. And a lot of organizations, small businesses, vendors from Quincy and the larger South Shore, they'll be set up all down Coddington Street, offering a lot of their products and just information about what they do. So it's a really fun afternoon.
Excellent. And the time frame again, if you would?
Yes, it is from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Well, you've got some nice weather for it, so I wish you well. It sounds wonderful. Thank you for being with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I hope everyone comes out. It'll be a fun day.
Sure will. That was Emily Canner, COO at the Quincy Asian Resources, joining us live. And of course, there's that First Responders Festival, the Jamboree we've been talking about all morning. We're going to talk a little bit more about that for you coming up in the news at 9. We've got the Hull Parade tomorrow, Hull fireworks, which were postponed because of all the weird weather we were having at the time. And so it's just a terrific weekend here on the South Shore for all of the great events. And again, the Little Leaguers who won and are going on to the championship in Pennsylvania. All of those stories and more coming up in the news at 9. Right now it's 8:38, and we are going to take a break here. Come back with your ride this morning and the weekend weather brought to you by Hingham Lumber. Now is the time to build the deck of your dreams. Spend $2,000 or more on Fiberon decking. Between now and September 30th, be entered to win a Weber Indigo Grill courtesy of Hingham Lumber.
Is it time? Is your deck showing its age? Whether you're a homeowner looking to upgrade or a builder searching for the best materials, it's time to discover Fiberon decking at Hingham Lumber. Fiberon decking isn't just about great looks, it's about performance. Built to resist fading, staining, and mold, Fiberon offers a low-maintenance, long-lasting solution that stands up to the elements. No matter the size or scope of your project, you can imagine the possibilities when you have the expert advice from the team at Hingham Lumber. You'll review the wide variety of colors and finishes Fiberon offers to help you create a stunning outdoor space that will last. Whether you're installing a new deck or upgrading a current one, let us help make it easy to achieve a beautiful, worry-free deck that looks great and performs even better. Visit Hingham Lumber today on Route 3A Cohasset or online at hinghamlumber.com and discover why Fiberon is the best choice for your deck project.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
And good morning. It is 8:39, and taking a look at the drive on Route 3 southbound, getting heavy in a number of spots. We've got some slowdowns here. Friday morning, summertime. Route 3 south is heavy from Route 18 down to Derby Street in Hingham. And then it's slow for about 2 miles, starting just after Herring Pond Road in Plymouth down to the Sagamore, 25 east. Over a mile back up at the Bourne, and now we're getting word of a left lane crash 25 east approaching the Bourne, so use some caution there. 128 northbound getting reports of a crash near Highland Ave in Needham. The expressway northbound pockets. Neponset up towards Southampton Street. The drive time about 15 minutes. Braintree to Boston. Southbound is about 17 minutes from Boston down to Braintree. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory. What a nice morning, 63 degrees. The dew point coming down a bit now, a little less humid, 59. The breeze from the northwest, 12, gusting to 20 miles an hour. Sunshine. Later today, we'll see a few clouds tend to develop. With a weak weather system approaching, the high 83. Again, there'll be a nice breeze. An isolated shower, even the rumble of thunder, especially on routes off to the west. Heading into this evening, again, most towns locally won't see that. And it's going to turn out quite pleasant overnight. Very dry, the low 57, mid-60s in the city. Tomorrow, a little touch of fall very early in the morning. Plenty of bright sunshine, the high 81. Dropping back to the mid-70s along our beaches with a light sea breeze. High pressure from Canada nearby. Sunday, again, a touch of fall very early. Sunshine and clouds will be on the increase, the high 81. Weather system will bring in a few showers at night with more humidity Monday, a shower or two ending. Breezy, high 77 to 81. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Sunny, nice little bit of a breeze out there. It's 72 in Marshfield at the weather station WATD. I'm Lori Kirby at 8:42. The South Shore's Morning News continues with Rob Hakala on 95.9 WATD.
Friday morning, the South Shore's Morning News rolls on 95.9 FM on the radio, everywhere in the Audacy app, and we got the YouTube feed fired up. WATD Radio on YouTube if you want to watch the show. WATD Radio on YouTube. WATD Radio on YouTube. I'm Rob, that's Lori in the newsroom, and you on the text line, 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. All right, so in this segment, I'm going to play some stories here. Flock, as you heard, announcing modifications to license readers. It is, of course, the security camera company facing some backlash over tracking features. Flock Safety helped locate 10,000 missing people in the last year. So again, made for a good purpose, they say, and it can help law enforcement. And that's true, and it has. And that's the reason it's invented. Now, obviously, they are companies, so they do want to sell information and sell data and sell these products to police stations. And I saw the story from the East Bridgewater Police Department. They wanted to have a meeting in their community. I think we'll probably see more of these type of things happen as people sort of navigate this. Again, sometimes you get the product first, and you don't really have all the guidelines in place, or people don't know what's going on. And there were some stories, from other police departments around the country where people who worked in the police departments were using them to track, whether they be a romantic interest or the former romantic interest perhaps of someone they are seeing. In any event, people have concerns, and East Bridgewater held a meeting to talk about that. And they listed on their Facebook page, East Bridgewater Police Department said, South Shore, Southeastern Mass communities using ALPR technology. And that's the Flock. And it says, and again, this is true, and maybe people can say if these are wrong, but it said Abington, City of Boston, Bridgewater, Braintree, Canton, Cohasset, Easton, East Bridgewater, Hanson, Hingham, Holbrook, Hall, Lakeville, State Police, Turnpike Authority, the DOT, Middleborough, Milton, New Bedford, Norwell, Pembroke, Randolph, Raynham, Rochester, Sharon, West Bridgewater, and Weymouth. Now, that's the list that East Bridgewater Police Department put up. Again, that's from their chief of police. I don't know if that's still accurate or not, but that was the list. And in any event, they had a discussion to talk about it, and they appreciated. This happened a few days ago. And they said they had great questions from community members in town in East Bridgewater, and also just a discussion about the installation and use of Flock cameras in the community. And they said they understand residents deserve clear, accurate information about how these cameras work, how the information collected is used, and what safeguards are in place. Again, that's what people wonder, who has access to the information? And if you have humans and people that are affected by emotions that can't not help themselves, that's the thing, again. It says because of the discussion in East Bridgewater a few days ago, they're going to be putting the remaining flock camera installations on hold until the questions have been fully addressed. And they appreciate everybody that took time to voice their concerns. All right, so that's more about East Bridgewater and what they're talking about in that town. And then we heard as well, as Lori mentioned this story earlier, New Bedford police officer accused of using flock cameras to track an ex-girlfriend. Here's some audio here. This is CBS Boston. I think it's Logan Hall with this report, if we can play that audio.
Around the nation, raising concerns about public safety and surveillance. It's all taking stage right here in New Bedford now, where a New Bedford police officer is accused of using flock technology to track her ex-girlfriend.
Get out of the way, please get out of the way.
Any comment on how you use the flock cameras? Yep. New Bedford police officer Emily Pacheco leaving court after a protective hearing on Thursday. She's accused of using flock cameras to track the location of her ex-girlfriend.
Flock can have only up to a 2-minute delay, so it's almost close to real time. We won't call it real time, but 2 minutes is pretty close.
In Thursday's hearing, Pacheco's ex-girlfriend said the New Bedford Police Department reached out to her about an internal affairs investigation into her license plate being tracked a concerning number of times, asking her if she felt like she was being followed. Pacheco denies using flock technology to track her ex's whereabouts.
Did you use the flock system in your capacity as a New Bedford police officer?
Yes.
How often did you use it?
Daily.
The New Bedford Police Department has now suspended its use of flock technology, saying in part, quote, flock can be a valuable investigative tool, but we also recognize that technologies like this raise legitimate questions about privacy, access, information sharing, and oversight.
Yeah, so again, it's a tool that obviously has good points, but then you're like, oh, wow. And it's the same, that's the chief of the New Bedford Police almost saying exactly the same thing that the East Bridgewater chief as well, is that they're recognizing, okay, we got some things we got to work out here.
It's the latest accusation of officers abusing the surveillance technology.
Yeah, and again, most of the time it's not most police are doing this, and I'm not against that, and I'm not against the technology if it's used properly, but again, what would prevent somebody that like this or anyone who's in charge of overseeing the technology and who has access to it?
Prompting Flock to roll out new safeguards, including lowering the period of time it holds on to data from 1 month to 1 week. The judge in this case extended a protective order against Officer Pacheco for an additional 6 months. There's still no word on when that internal affairs investigation from the New Bedford Police Department is set to wrap up.
All right, there you go. That's Logan Hall from CBS Boston reporting in New Bedford. And I imagine these discussions will continue in your community, wherever you're from. And probably the best thing would be to, if it's a city, I suppose, talk to the mayor. And if it's a town, like most of us, talk to the select board and make sure that you put pressure and say what you want in your individual town to make your own decision. And what the people of the town decide to do is the way it probably should go. All right, 848, and you can text in on that too. Questions, comments, concerns, 781-837-4900. All right, it's 848. Coming up next, traffic and weather in the nines.
Life can get hectic. That's why Progressive provides claim support 24/7, 365 days a year. All the time. But not like in a desperate way. We're not just waiting online for you to talk to us or waiting by the phone. I mean, we are waiting by the phone, but not like staring at it. Well, now I am. I'm staring at it. The point is, Progressive Claim Support is here for you 24/7 in a totally chill, normal way. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states or situations.
In a recent survey of 123,000 wireless customers, Pure Talk was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every category: coverage, support, value, and data. What else do you need to know? Switch to Pure Talk today and get any plan, including their top shelf unlimited data plan, for just $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract, no commitment. Dial pound 250, say micro. and let Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team help you make the switch.
8:49 WATD's traffic and weather on the 9s, and the ride this morning along Route 3 northbound, not too bad from Plymouth and Kingston right up into Weymouth. The southbound side is where we're seeing the slowdowns from Route 18 down to the Derby Street lane drop in Hingham, and then slow again for almost just under 2 miles after Herring Pond Road down to the Sagamore Bridge. 25 East is going to be slow over 1.25 miles. We had reports of a left lane crash 25 East prior to the Bourne Bridge. Also, we have delays along the Scenic Highway approaching the Sagamore about 1 mile. 128 northbound reports of a crash near Highland Ave in Needham. Southbound Expressway getting word of a crash near East Milton Square. The northbound expressway is slow, Neponset up towards Southampton Street. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, the updated South Shore weekend weather. All right, let's get the details now. Meteorologists, our chief meteorologist, Rob Gilman, is here with all the weather details, and it's being sponsored by Pilgrim Coin and Currency. Pilgrim Coin and Currency, get the best value for your coins, antique jewelry, sterling flatware, even pocket watches from local professional appraisers. Pilgrim Coin, just off Route 3 in Weymouth. Pilgrim Coin and Currency.
What a nice morning. Breeze will start to pick up a bit with bright sunshine and a few clouds developing as we go through later today. The high 83 with less humidity. Be an isolated shower, especially on routes to the west this evening. Tonight, clearing, very comfortable, really pleasant. A low of 57, mid-60s in the city. Tomorrow, a good deal of bright sunshine, low humidity. What a great day for the semi-quincentennial parade in the town of Hull. A high near 81 will drop back to the mid-70s right along the beaches with a light sea breeze. High pressure nearby makes for a real cool start to the day on Sunday. A little touch of fall very early in the morning. Sunshine will be followed by increasing clouds, a high of 81. Then a few showers later at night into Monday with more humidity, the high 77 to 81. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Thanks, Rob. And right now, outside our studio, 73 degrees at the weather station. We'll have a look at sports next.
This is David from Pilgrim Coin and Currency, South Shore's premier rare coin and precious metals dealer. With more than 40 years' experience buying and selling precious metals into state jewelry, our gemologist has both the knowledge and experience to pay the fairest prices for all your broken, unwanted, and estate jewelry. When you're looking for a unique gift, come in and see our ever-changing selection of vintage jewelry. For those interested in purchasing precious metals, Pilgrim Coin has access to a full assortment of gold and silver bars and coins. Trust in the experience of South Shore's only professional numismatist. We carry in stock a broad selection of coins and paper money to satisfy both collectors and investors. Would you like an expert opinion on an item in your collection? Trust in the experts at Pilgrim Coin for an honest evaluation of your coins, jewelry, sterling flatware, and even pocket watches. Pilgrim Coin, located near the intersection of Route 18 and 53 at 399 Washington Street in Weymouth.
WATD Sports at 8:53. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala. Well, we'll start with the great news about the Little Leaguers from Bridgewater punching their ticket, and they're going to represent all of New England going to the World Series as they knocked off Maine last night in the New England Regional Championship game. Here's the audio courtesy of ESPN.
To the shortstop, glove by Goodwin, over to first, and in time! Bridgewater, you're going to Williamsport! Hugs, smiles, some tears, it's all on display. The dream season continues for the Massachusetts State Champions. They are going to the Little League World Series.
And so they are, as they knock off last night. They knock off Maine 8-0 in the regional championship game down in Bristol, Connecticut. So now they're kids of Bridgewater. They're not just representing They're not just representing Massachusetts, they're representing now all of New England. And they're going to play the winner of the Metro Region champion. Now, who the heck is that? What's the Metro Region? Well, we looked it up. It's New Jersey or Connecticut. They'll play tonight at 7, and then we'll find out who the Bridgewater team plays. So will it be New Jersey or Connecticut? We'll find out. That'll be tonight at 7, that game. And then the kids of Bridgewater will play that team next Wednesday at 7. All right, and the New England Revolution will be in Canada. They'll be on Saturday as they take on Toronto FC tomorrow night at 7:30. Red Sox continue their road trip tonight. They begin a 3-game series in Pittsburgh against the Pirates at 6:40. The Sox ended their 5-game skid yesterday with a 7-0 win over the Blue Jays in Toronto. Preseason football last night in Foxborough. Pats and Colts played to a 13-13 tie. And that's your update on sports.
One Stop Painting and Renovating.
For 40 years, both homeowners and businesses across the South Shore have trusted One Stop Painting to keep their properties looking their best. Whether you need interior or exterior painting, carpentry repairs, or professional house washing, One Stop Painting has you covered. We use both soft and high-pressure washing techniques to safely clean everything from delicate siding and decks to walkways and commercial buildings. From a single room to an entire office complex, we proudly serve both residential and commercial customers with the quality, professionalism, and attention to detail that have made us the local favorites for 4 decades now. Thinking ahead, now's the perfect time to schedule your interior painting projects. Book your winter work early and ask about our winter discounts available on select interior projects. Don't wait until the schedule fills up. Call One Stop Painting today and discover why we've been the South Shore's trusted painting and property maintenance company for 40 years now.
Call us at 508-888-3500 or check us out online at onestoppainting.com.
One Stop Painting.
And
One call does it
mental
all.
health strain. And Air Force veteran sharing photos with home-free meals. Photos that he says were sent by
Hi,
a
I'm
crew
Sharon
member on the
McNamara,
ship
full-time
back
real
in
estate
April.
agent and broker owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. My co-host, Melissa Wallace, and I talk real estate roundtable. We can't wait to connect with you at bringing you all the insights, tips, and trends in real estate here on WATD, so we can talk real estate.
Talk Real Estate Roundtable with Sharon McNamara and Melissa Wallace, Saturday mornings at 8 on 95.9 WATD.
The South Shore's Morning News. Hear it live. Stream it online. Watch the show. Or catch the podcast anytime at 959watd.com.
All right, Friday edition of the broadcast will be with you till 10. Audrey comes in at that time. Coming up, we'll get another update on traffic and weather on the 9s, and we'll have the news on the way at 9 at the top of the hour from ABC, accused CEO killer. Another case we've been watching, Luigi Mangione, expected to plead guilty to federal charges later this morning, a very disturbed individual. And we'll get more about what exactly is going to happen, but he's expected to plead guilty to those federal charges. Also, some new data out on American spending. We'll get more on that coming up from ABC at 9. Then we will get the local news from Lori Kirby coming up at WATD. Lori Kirby will have the local news at 9:02. All right, and then we will have our 5th and final hour of the broadcast coming up. And in the 9 o'clock hour, we'll be talking to New England best-selling author. She's #1 New York Times best-selling author, Lisa Gardner. She has a new thriller out. It's called You'll Be Sorry, a chilling, gripping thriller that takes place in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, I believe. Lisa Gardner will talk about that at 9:22. And our sports insider, Quinn Kelly, is coming up. He'll be on the way at 9:35 as we talk about the sports. Right now, it's 8:59, traffic and weather in the 9s. And the ride this morning along Route 3 southbound, that's slow from Route 18 down to Derby Street in Hingham. And then we've got some more delays as you make your way down towards the Sagamore Bridge. We have a backup there about over 1.5 miles. It's between 1.5 miles and 2 miles, starting after Herring Pond Road in Plymouth down to the Sagamore. 25 East is slow, over 1.25 miles at the Bourne Bridge. There was a crash in that backup, but I think that's cleared. Scenic Highway is jammed up about 2 miles along the canal getting to the Sagamore. And the ride on the expressway northbound, not too bad as you make your way into the city. Some pockets around Neponset and Southampton Street. South Shore weather for today. We will have sunshine, some clouds mixed in, 83 for the high, 73 now at 9.
This is the South Shores radio station, WATD FM Marshfield. And on your smart speaker, say play WATD. WATD, here for What's Next.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. This morning, the man accused of gunning down healthcare CEO Brian Thompson is expected to plead guilty to federal stalking charges. The line outside the courtroom for Luigi Mangione's hearing are already long, and he won't be in the courtroom for hours. At least 3 people have been killed in the latest round of torrential flooding across the Midwest and Ohio Valley. ABC's Alex Perez is in Richmond, Indiana.
In Kentucky, torrential rains turned streets into rivers. In Indiana, the National Guard called in after the governor declared a statewide disaster emergency following days of relentless storms. Flash flooding swallowing entire neighborhoods, roads vanishing underwater, and at least 3 people dead because of the severe storms.
Maybe those sterile flies have been working. Agriculture officials say the New World screwworm infestation that was first detected in June appears to be waning. Only 3 cases remain active along the Mexican border in Texas. This is ABC News. A man from North Carolina accused of threatening a mass shooting in New Orleans last April was, says ABC's Jim Ryan, quietly released from custody in June.
Federal agents working off a tip that Christopher Gillum was planning an armed assault on black people at a New Orleans jazz festival tracked the 45-year-old to a Florida hotel room. Former FBI Special Agent Frank Brostrom says the case seems solid.
He traveled interstate, he possessed firearms, a large amount of ammunition, and he's making his way to where he was going to go.
But Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrell says the threats were not specific. A grand jury has cleared Gillum, and he's been released. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
A judge in Seattle ordering online prediction market Kalshi to stop many of its operations in Washington state, saying the company likely violated state gambling laws. President Trump visits Long Island today. He is set to highlight a reduction in violent crime at a police academy as he looks to boost GOP candidates ahead of the midterms. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
Sunny, little bit of a breeze out there at 73 degrees around the South Shore. At 9:02, it's 9:02 on a Friday morning. Good morning, I'm Laurie Kirby, WATD News. The news is brought to you by Stewart Painting. Every job done right and on time. Receive a virtual quote within 24 hours and now hiring. Apply online at stewartpaint.com. The murder trial of Duxbury mother Lindsay Clancy resumes Monday at 9. Judge William Sullivan dismissed jurors yesterday, urging them to go home and rest. At least one juror was seen crying this week when the autopsy results on the 3 Clancy children were read aloud, and the defendant, their mother, openly sobbed in court. Yesterday, testimony focused on Google searches and Spotify searches done in the days and months before the killings. Lindsay Clancy had been searching for information on hallucinations, psychosis, and can you treat a sociopath on her cell phone. Texts between Lindsay and her mother regarding her declining mental health were also read aloud. A Brockton man was sentenced in Boston federal court for depositing stolen and altered checks to the tune of $1 million. 32-year-old Gino Allegra had already pleaded guilty to multiple counts of bank fraud and money laundering. He was sentenced to time served, followed by probation, but ordered to pay more than $1.2 million in restitution. A Lakeville man previously convicted of drug offenses is facing new charges today involving drugs. 55-year-old Chris DeRusso charged in Boston federal court with possession and intent to distribute meth and cocaine. We have a lot more news coming up next right here on the South Shore Morning News.
We're not happy unless you're happy. Hi, I'm Sheldon Stewart of Stewart Painting, and that's been our promise for over 35 years. If we paint your home, it's going to be a great experience. We do every job right, on time, and we stand behind our work. We have thousands of lifetime customers. That's because we are committed to delivering a top-notch job every time. There are not many sure things in life, but hiring Stewart Painting to paint your home is a sure thing. That's because we live by the Stewart Painting Promise. We're not happy unless you're happy. To schedule your free estimate, call either of our Hingham or Hyannis offices, or to receive a virtual quote, visit us online at stewartpaint.com. Send us a video of your project and receive your estimate within 24 hours. That's stewartpaint.com. And remember, Stewart Painting. Expect the best.
The Bridgewater Little League team is headed to the World Series. The team shutting out Gray Maine 8-0 last night to clinch the New England regional title. Bridgewater pitcher Dominic Montbelier struck out 12 batters in 5 innings. Fans packed Barrett's Alehouse for a watch party to witness history. It was the first time in their 74 history that the team is going on to the World Series. Bridgewater, who are also Massachusetts state champs, will play next Wednesday night in the first round game in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. This is the second year in a row that a South Shore team has gone to the Little League World Series. Braintree represented New England last year. The 5th annual First Responder Community Jamboree in Brockton is taking place tomorrow. Brockton firefighter Chloe Livingston spoke with WATD's Christine James about the event that brings the community together.
They just love this. They just, we go on calls and we see the people, but the fact that we can all come together and give back to the community and be around with someone. Mm-hmm. Some of these calls maybe last 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's a short period of time, but the fact that we can all come together and from 11 to 3 o'clock, this just really brings a good relation with people and seeing we're here for you guys. And the fact that there's so much stuff on this list that for free as well. I just can't wait to have the cotton candy. I know Courtney over here keeps talking about wanting to get the cotton candy and the hamburgers and hot dogs. And not to mention there's a basketball challenge.
And Brockton Police Lieutenant Mike Livingston says the Jamboree has become a summer favorite in the area.
They're just so excited. And it almost is, and I mentioned this earlier, it's like a crescendo effect. That summer's ending, but we get to all come together. Talk about the DA's office, fire department, Brockton Police, State Police, Norfolk Sheriffs. Everyone comes together. Brewster, can't forget the school department. There's such a contributor, Shaw's. And we all just come together as a family and enjoy each other. And to see the looks on the children's face and in the activities that they do, it's to the nine.
Brockton Police Sergeant Nicole Anderson says that the Jamboree is free thanks to the multiple community businesses and organizations that have partnered for this event.
It's really honestly about keeping those connections and partnerships with everyone that's a stakeholder here in the city. And they're now in. They have bought in. They understand the importance of having something that's geared towards the community and giving back and making it all about free for them. Times are tough for people today. So to have something like this, everyone that's a stakeholder is banding together, and that's what it's really about, and that's how I'm keeping this thing going, keeping those partnerships, because they're definitely necessary.
The First Responder Community Jamboree is set for tomorrow, starting at 11 in the morning to 3 p.m. at the Brockton Fairgrounds. Don't forget the annual Moon Festival in Quincy on Sunday. Hull having a parade tomorrow, fireworks tonight. Will the weather cooperate? The forecast is coming up next, along with your ride, brought to you by Cape Cod 5, passionate about supporting the financial wellness of individuals, families, and businesses all across southeastern Mass. Visit their new location on Commerce Way in Plymouth today.
At Cape Cod 5, we believe financial strength isn't built alone. It's built together. From saving for a home to working toward retirement or planning for the future, we're here to provide tools, guidance, and personal service to help you move forward with confidence. And our team of community bankers will partner with you every step of the way because we care about your financial goals. And together, we can help you achieve them. We look forward to helping you. CapeCod5.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 401717.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
And good morning. The time now is 9:09, and taking a look at the ride on Route 3 southbound, we've got some slow spots. We've got those delays Friday in the summer, seeing slowdowns from Route 18 down towards Derby Street in Hingham. And then also a delay as well, about a mile and a half to 2 miles, starting after Herring Pond Road down to the Sagamore. 25 eastbound is slow about a mile at the Bourne Bridge. And the scenic highway along the canal is slow for about a mile or two in the right lane trying to get to the Sagamore. Getting reports of a crash in the breakdown lane, Route 6 East near 130 in Sandwich. 24 is okay. Northbound expressway, some pockets, Neponset to Southampton Street. Southbound side is busier, Savin Hill to Freeport Street, and then Granite Ave to Furnace Brook. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. And I should thank our road reporter, Ken, who did confirm Route 3 South at the lane drop in Hingham is back to Route 18 in Weymouth. So very busy through there. Thank you, Ken. Now let's get the details on the South Shore weather.
Sunshine. A few clouds will tend to develop as we go into the middle and latter part of the day. The high 83 with a touch less humidity, a nice breeze. It can be an isolated shower, especially off to the west heading into this evening, then clearing overnight, a low of 57, mid-60s in the city. Tomorrow, beautiful, plenty of bright sunshine, low humidity with high pressure from Canada nearby, the high 81, mid-70s along the South Shore's beaches with a light sea breeze. Again, the feel of fall very early Sunday morning. Sunshine, followed by increasing cloudiness, a high in the low 80s, though there'll be a shower or two, even thunder later at night, lingering into Monday with more humidity, breezy, high 77 to 81. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Sunny and 73 in Marshfield at the weather station WATD. I'm Lori Kirby at 9:12. The South Shore's Morning News continues with Rob Hakala on 95.9 WATD.
Got it. Lori, here we go. Fifth and final hour of the South Shore's Morning News coming to you from Broadcast House here in Marshfield. We'll be with you till 10 o'clock. Audrey will be in at that time. A bit later on in the half hour, we're going to be talking to best-selling author Lisa Gardner about her new thriller, a chilling, gripping thriller called You'll Be Sorry. Lisa Gardner will join us in a few minutes. We'll talk to her about the new thriller. We hope you enjoy that. Got a copy as well. Maybe we'll give that away if you're nice. Also, we'll be checking in with our sports director and afternoon guy, Quinn Kelly. Any sports questions for Quinn? The Sports Insider segment is coming up, Lori, so make sure you get those questions in for Quinn. We'll see what he has to say about those little leaguers from Bridgewater. The Red Sox going into Pittsburgh tonight. And preseason football, is that exciting at all or boring? Do we learn anything from the preseason? Quinn will be up a little bit later on after 9:30. And the text line is available, 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900 if you want to chime in on any topic. The text line sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. All right, so let's see. Lori, would you try, do you like the different types of Oreos? If someone brought a box of Oreos in, would you eat them?
Yes.
Yeah, I would think so. The answer is correct. The answer is yes. I would eat the Oreos. Oreo unveils 3 new limited time flavors. Fans will vote on the favorite. And again, this is so that you go out and buy. Oh, is that you? Okay.
I'll close the door.
No, you got to get it, right? You got it.
No, it's okay.
Okay. I mean, this could be your big break. Okay. Oreo unveils 3 new limited time flavors. Fans vote on favorites. So they're new flavors. One is chicken and waffle cookie. Does that sound good? I don't know. That seems like I don't really like chicken and waffles, the real food, much.
Everybody's going to buy it once.
Yeah. Just to try them. And this makes you buy 3 packages instead of 1, maybe. The other one is deep fried cookie, which is something usually they'll do at speaking of a week from today, the Marshfield Fair opens up. You can get anything deep fried there as well.
I think that would be good.
Deep fried Oreos, but would the deep fried Oreo, the way it comes in the package, does that taste good? I don't know.
I don't know. Rob, I would eat a deep fried tire.
Yeah, especially after working a shift. And then the other one would be banana pudding. banana pudding.
I
don't really
think that's, you don't like banana pudding?
I find the artificial banana flavor really not that. I don't know. For me, it doesn't. I feel like it tastes too fake.
Banana popsicles?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
Pudding?
Pudding pops?
Pudding? Yeah. I don't
Banana
know. I like
pudding.
the fake banana.
Okay, so of those three, which one would you pick?
Wait,
The
what are my
pudding,
choices again? Banana.
Chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffle.
Deep fried or banana pudding?
I know I would just buy all three and start doing a sampling.
Okay.
Like I do with Prosecco, and then we do a blind taste test.
Okay, they're calling it Twist, Lick, Vote.
Why don't we do
Yeah.
it?
Okay,
Twist,
yeah.
lick, vote?
Yeah.
Why don't we do it in here and we'll do the blind test with a blindfold?
Okay, there
Wanna
we
do
go.
it?
I mean, yeah, we're going to test them. I'm
I'll
pretty sure you can
splurge.
pick which one is the pudding one. Banana pudding, deep fried, or chicken and waffles. Which one would you pick?
Which
And
one
then
would you pick?
I would go with the deep fried. I'm just going to say without knowing. I'll just say that one without knowing. Gene said again, what's with all the crazy flavors? Just stick with the classic Oreos, double stuff, and Golden O's. Those are all you need. And it's true, Gene. The classics are great. Let's see. And did we have? I think we had Pete checked in as well on the text line. I used to have a crush on my orthodontist. So before the appointment, I ate a whole box of Oreo cookies. They had to cancel the rest of the day's appointments.
So he could stay longer with her?
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
I don't know how it worked. Pete, can you still go there, or did it get awkward? Pete also says since Bridgewater is in the Little League World Series, it might be a good time. Watch the Bad News Bears again and watch the version with Billy Bob Thornton, he says. So there you go.
That was such a good movie.
Yeah, that's a good one. And JB checked in about the flock camera story. And JB says, what needs to be done until this is all sorted out is strong accountability for abusing not only the flock system, but any system they have to utilize. And again, yeah, that's right. Who watches the watchers? So, yeah, that's a tough one, JB. And that's the question, I think, that comes down to technology. And I think everybody, the future is that there'll be a world where everybody is tracked every moment of every day, and everything you do is watched and analyzed, and you're nothing but a data point. But I think that most people wouldn't want that. I can't imagine that most people want. I'm not saying that it isn't good.
They're already signing
What's
up
it?
for it. They're already doing it.
No, I know, but-
our Google
do
searches
you
that are
think-
catered to our preferences.
If people voted for these cameras, do you think they would vote for it?
Well, there's always pushback from civil rights advocates and people in the community that are saying, hey, this is Pandora's box.
Yeah, I know. Again, as I said before, it's the person that has access to all the emails and they can't help it, and they end up staying in the office and reading all the emails because they can't help it. And I get it. Part of it is human nature. You cannot resist, so you must stay. And then eventually you don't go out to the daylight. You end up sitting in the computer and reading through the emails because you have access.
That's depressing.
I know.
I'm falling out.
Eventually
if anybody
your
wants to
skin
come
goes
with
pale,
me, plot
and-
of land, I'm going to buy 10
What's it?
acres
Oh.
somewhere. I'm falling out.
Oh, boy. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. What was I going to say here? Oh, we got one here from Patty in Marshfield. Hey, Rob and Lori. I think having a blind tasting for the Oreos is a great idea. How about if you have a contest and invite listeners to come in and to do it with you? I wonder if Patty is wanting to do that.
I think that would be
Yeah.
fun.
It might be, possibly, depending on how many we could do that, Patty. To make sure, everybody's okay and nobody chokes on the Oreos or anything. We don't want any...
Oh my gosh.
Why not, dude? You got to think
You're
of everything.
being so finished
What about
today.
the lawyers? Okay.
I said,
Patty in Marshfield, good idea. We'll have... should we have milk, too, provided
well,
at that
you
point?
have to with an
Okay.
Oreo, yes.
All right. Coming up, we'll check in with Lisa Gardner next on WATD. The name of her book, You'll Be Sorry.
Plan a getaway and enjoy a long weekend exploring Plymouth. Go outside and whale watch, hike, walk along the ocean, and dine outdoors. At night, enjoy live music, theater, art shows, and ice cream under the stars. Begin your Friday night at the corner of Court and North from 4 to 6 and listen to live music at Sea Plymouth's Fridays on Shirley Square. Then head into a weekend of relaxed fun. Plan your Plymouth getaway on the Sea Plymouth app, brought to you by visitma.com.
On this week's edition of Extreme Makeover, Luchetti's edition, we feature the Jones family. The Jones family has been driving around with dents and dings in an old beat-up car after a recent fender bender. Just a short time ago, the crew from Luchetti's got their hands on the car and vowed to make some magic happen. After some hard work on the side panels, mirrors, and bumpers, let's see what this team of cosmetic repair specialists cooked up. Mr. Luchetti, move that bus!
Oh my God, would you look at that? It's as good as the day it was driven off the lot.
I barely even recognize it.
This is not just a car, it's a new beginning. All thanks to the team at Luchetti's.
When your car is in need of a makeover, trust the team at Luchetti's because you can't compete with complete.
95.9 WATD. Let's get our traffic and weather update for you. Just past 9:19, and we're looking at delays on Route 3 southbound. We've got the northbound side is better. As we see on a Friday morning, it's typically going south towards the Cape. We've got some delays, Route 18 to Derby Street in Hingham, and then about a mile and a half to 2 miles approaching the Sagamore. 25 east is about a mile at the Bourne. 6 east, we had a crash in the breakdown lane near Route 130 in Sandwich. Northbound on the expressway, we've got not too bad, moderate volume, 14 minutes, Braintree to Boston. South Shore weather for today. We will have sunshine for the most part. Sun, some clouds mixed in, 83 for the high. Tonight, early clouds, then clearing, a low down to 57. For tomorrow, lots of sun, a few clouds, a high near 81. Right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, we're at 74 degrees at the weather station, WATD. 95.9 WATD, the South Shore's Morning News. Rob Hakala with the morning team. Well, as promised in this segment, we want to welcome on the line #1 New York Times best-selling author Lisa Gardner joins us. Lisa joins us now to talk about her newest thriller. It's called You'll Be Sorry. And we have her on the line. New England best-selling author Lisa Gardner. Lisa, good morning.
Good morning, Rob. How are you?
I am doing very well. Good to have you on WATD, and thank you for getting us some time in here this week to talk to you about this new thriller, because I think this one sounds very interesting, and there's a lot of local ties. Chances are a lot of people love going up to New Hampshire and spending some time in the mountains. And so tell us about the premise of this story, You'll Be Sorry, and where it takes place.
Yes, this is a quintessential New England thriller, a perfect beach read. It takes place in a picturesque town in New Hampshire. Might bear startling resemblance to where I live. And it's the kind of place nothing bad ever happens, just tourists come and hang out, except for that thing 30 years ago, when an entire family of 6 disappeared in the middle of the night, leaving behind only bloody footprints. But we all know our neighbors, we trust one another, we never lock our doors, except, someone here probably does know or have something to do with, that thing where that entire family of 6 disappeared in the middle of the night.
Wow. So gone, no trace, no evidence whatsoever. And this is all these years ago, right?
Yes, and that was part of the fun, was working with police and experts, and how can you disappear a family of 6? Even in 1998, you had DNA, so it was a fascinating puzzle to put together. Ooh. But now you have outsiders. I'm not going to lie, they're Bostonians, and we do refer to them as flatlanders. Come up.
Oh, Lisa.
And I know, and they buy the crime scene, Rob. What kind of people buy a crime scene? And now the locals are very suspicious.
Yeah, I always wonder about that, because I remember, too, and I'm sure you're familiar, there's a story I know about a murder that happened up in an inn or something up in New Hampshire. Yeah. I remember that was a real story, and that was involved, obviously, domestic issues, I think, with a family. But, I always think about, for a while, because I don't know if you remember that one, when I went up camping, I would always drive by that area, and it was very eerie as it kind of stayed abandoned for a while, and it seemed to be kind of sad in a way that you wondered, what happened there, and sort of the building remains, but it's changed.
And that's very much the case in You'll Be Sorry. The house that was once the crown jewel of the White Mountains everyone kept thinking the family would be found or something would happen, and then it's been year after year, and it's fallen into the state of disrepair till it's become like the local haunted house, that place where the kids double dog dare each other to cross the threshold on Halloween, until this glamorous young couple from Boston finally buy it. And it's pretty legendary. I mean, true crime shows still film there. The ghost hunters come to see if they can speak to the family. But now things are stirred up in this small town where, new people have come. And then just to make it really fun, because I love dogs, a stray dog arrives that could be the spitting twin of the Dixon family's, the missing family's first dog.
No.
And this dog seems to know all sorts of things about the property, including where the first skeleton is buried.
Oh, boy, the dogs, they always know. The dogs have very good senses of smell. Now,
Yes.
now, Lisa, tell us about this, the people that buy the property. Tell us about those characters.
So it's Theo and Raquel Collins, and they actually came to me first. They're a young couple. They're madly in love. We know that. But we also know something terrible happened. And like a lot of young couples, they're still in those first throes of passion where they never bothered to ask the hard questions because, everything still seems so perfect. But now tragedy has struck. And they're suddenly aware of all the things, all the secrets between them, and they don't know how to have these conversations, how to bridge this chasm. So, of course, let's just start fresh. We'll live our high-flying Boston life, and we'll buy this dilapidated property in New Hampshire, and that'll solve everything. There's nothing like a haunted house to heal a marriage,
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Well, I don't know if Dr. Phil would recommend that, but we'll see. Now, Lisa, where do you draw on your inspiration? Now, you're up in, you're familiar with New Hampshire. I mean, it's great. You're right. I spent, as I said, camping. Our family would always go. So I'm kind of familiar more with this. I was like the camping as opposed to the skiing. So I'm a summer as opposed to winter guy. And I always wondered, you're up there. And I would drive by, and you would see some remote neighborhoods up there. And I always wondered, what's it like on a winter night or a dark, scary, stormy night up there? You really can feel alone.
Yes, I live up in the North Conway area, and I love, the back roads and being away from it all. As authors, we love these things. You can still see the stars at night. But yes, it's the remoteness, I think, that speaks to people. It's also what I love about New England is the way the past and the present still are very intertwined. When you hike these mountains, you're coming across the old stone walls from the original settlements. You're coming across hand-dug wells. And when you start looking at the little villages and towns, the history, the founding families, so to speak, are still just interwoven into the fabric of the community and identity, and all of that is such rich fodder when you're writing a New England thriller where, we have, allegations going back hundreds of years, crimes that happened even the Revolutionary War. You have witches. I mean, New England is just such a rich, rich source of storytelling.
Indeed, yeah. A lot of material for Lisa Gardner to work with, and she's already done so much, and I imagine you're continuing to come out with new material. This is the new one, though, we're talking about. Pick it up, and as you said, this would be a great, still plenty of summertime to sit by the beach or, wherever you're going to go. If you're going away to the mountains, pick up a copy of You'll Be Sorry, Lisa Gardner. And Lisa, this is out now, though, right? In stores and online?
Yes. Available any place books are sold and audiobooks. I have a great narrator.
Lisa Gardner, lisagardner.com. You'll be sorry. And this is a standalone book, right? I know you have, for people that know you, you have a lot of different series as well, right?
Yep, no, you don't need to have read any prior novel to have read this. Really, this book is so much about the community and about this couple, Theo and Raquel Collins, and what brought them to the mountains and buying, an infamous crime scene.
Ooh, all right. Lisa, thank you so much for coming on here today. You'll Be Sorry is the name of the new book. We've got a copy of it here to give away to a listener. If you're lucky enough to get through, we're going to give you a caller number. And Lisa, I want to thank you for calling in to be on the program today. We appreciate it.
Not at all. Thank you so much. Hope everyone's having a great summer.
Thank you. You too. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Lisa Gardner with us today. Number 1, New York Times bestselling author. All right, Lori, what do you say we give away a copy? That was a lot of fun to hear about this story. We're going to give away a copy now to a listener. And again, this is brand new here. You can see it up if you're watching the YouTube feed. We've got a copy here. It's a hardcover. Lisa Gardner novel, and You'll Be Sorry. So let's give it away. Lori, you want to give it away to caller? What caller number, Lori? I'm going to let Lori pick the number here, Lori. Pick a number. Anything higher than 5 is fine.
Anything higher?
Yeah, 5 or above.
Lucky 7.
All right, we'll go with 7. Caller 7 right now. Get you through. 781-837-4900. Keep those lines ringing. Caller 7 will get a copy of Lisa Gardner's new book, You'll Be Sorry. Caller number 7 right now, 781-837-4900. Lines are jammed, so keep trying and we'll get to caller 7, okay? So keep trying and we'll get through there. All right, the ride on the expressway, we are looking at delays from around Neponset up to Southampton Street. Southbound is slow, Columbia to Freeport. Again, Neponset to East Milton. Route 3, we're seeing the southbound side slow. Route 18 to Derby. And about 1.5 miles to 2 miles of slowdowns after Herring Pond Road down to the Sagamore. 25 East is slow over 1 mile at the Bourne. And 6 East, we had a crash clearing after 1:30 in Sandwich. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, South Shore weather.
What a nice morning. Breeze will start to pick up a bit with bright sunshine, then a few clouds developing as we go through later today. The high 83 with less humidity. Be an isolated shower, especially on routes to the west this evening. Tonight, clearing, very comfortable, really pleasant. A low of 57, mid-60s in the city. Tomorrow, a good deal of bright sunshine, low humidity. What a great day for the semi-quincentennial parade in the town of Hull. A high near 81 will drop back to the mid-70s right along the beaches with a light sea breeze. High pressure nearby makes for a real cool start to the day on Sunday. A little touch of fall very early in the morning. Sunshine will be followed by increasing clouds, a high of 81. Then a few showers later at night into Monday with more humidity, the high 77 to 81. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Thank you, Rob. And right now, outside our studio, 74 in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD. And we want to congratulate our winner, and it's Gary from Manamet. Gary, you're the correct caller. You win yourself a copy of Lisa Gardner's new thriller, You'll Be Sorry. Coming up, our Sports Insider next.
Get ready for one of the South Shore's biggest summer traditions, the 2026 Plymouth Waterfront Festival, presented by the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce, is happening Saturday, August 29th. Spend the day on Plymouth's beautiful waterfront, exploring more than 230 local artisans, crafters, specialty vendors, and delicious food. Bring the kids to the Kids Discovery Zone, then race over to Brewster Gardens for the crowd favorite Ducky Dash. Take a quack at the $100 grand prize as 1,400 rubber duckies splash down Town Brook. Car lovers won't want to miss the Rebels and Rods Cruise-In Car Show on Water Street, stretching the festival across the entire waterfront. Then crank up the fun with live music at the Plymouth Amphitheater, featuring your favorite local acts and headliner, the Whiskey Treaty Roadshow. It's fun, it's free, and it's packed with something for everyone. It's the Plymouth Waterfront Festival, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, August 29th. This year's major festival sponsor is Brabo. Learn more at PlymouthWaterfrontFestival.com. Don't miss the excitement. We'll see you at the Plymouth Waterfront Festival on August 29th.
This is Mike McNamara. The stock market's long-term chart runs northeast, but never in a straight line. There are hills, market highs, then valleys, market lows. The problem is that nobody knows where we are now and where we are going tomorrow. With all of the excitement going on in Washington these days, perhaps it's time to review your investments. Maybe we can help. McNamaraFinancial.com or 781-834-2010.
Are you interested in giving your child a gentle yet complete introduction to the art of dance? South Shore Conservatory's SSC School of Dance takes an individual approach within a non-competitive, technique-driven group class environment. Our experienced teaching artists create a welcoming space where every child can build confidence, develop strong fundamentals, and discover the joy of dance. Learn more at sscmusic.org or call 781-749-7565. South Shore Conservatory, enriching the lives of students of every age through music and dance.
WATD is proud to have been voted Best FM radio station by readers of South Shore Home, Life and Style magazine. And congratulations to Miles Heeger from Miles on Motorsports for winning Best Local Radio Personality, and Rob Hakala for winning the runner-up spot. Plus, the Bethany Builders podcast picked up the runners-up award for Best Local Podcast. Thank you from the South Shores radio station, 95.9 WATD.
Back to school season should be an exciting time, but for many families, the rising cost of supplies adds extra stress. That's why the Salvation Army of Plymouth is gearing up to host a Stuff the Truck event at Walmart 300 Colony Place in Plymouth, making it easy for shoppers to give local students a strong start to the school year.
On Friday, August 21st and Saturday, August 22nd, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., shoppers at the Plymouth Walmart can grab a few extra school supplies and drop them off at the Salvation Army truck in front of the store. And WATD will be there on Friday, August 21st from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. All school supplies collected during the campaign will stay in the local community, directly benefiting Plymouth area students.
Things like backpacks, pens, pencils, crayons, highlighters, hand sanitizers, printing paper, and more. Every donation helps a child in the Plymouth area head back to class with confidence.
For more information, visit the Plymouth Salvation Army on Facebook, and we'll see you at the Walmart in Plymouth to stuff the truck.
Hi, this is Paul Solano of the Paul Ponders Radio Show, presented by Northeastern Fence and Supply Corporation of Saugus, where they have fences for your kids, dogs, and ugly neighbors. Please join me for season number 2, Saturdays from 12:08 to 1 p.m. before the music with Ron Dwyer. It was a great first year in the slot of the Boiling Point with Arthur Boyle. We have really informative segments on technology, health and wellness, business and finances, nonprofits, and Paul Pondering Thoughts. Catch you on Saturdays at 12:08 p.m. Hashtag Indeed.
Tomorrow afternoon on 95.9 WATD. .95.9 WATD, the South Shore's morning news rolls on. I'm Rob Hakala with the morning team. We've got our YouTube feed fired up, WATD Radio on YouTube. You can check out our beautiful WATD Coastal Heritage Bank studio. Thank you so much, Coastal Heritage Bank, community focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together, member FDIC, member DIF, Coastal Heritage Bank. I have an account there. And it's true. All right, quit. I don't know how much it's in. Quinn Kelly is here, and he is our sports insider. He joins us Friday mornings at this time. Quinn, good morning.
Good morning. How are we doing?
I am doing very well. How are you?
I'm good.
You having a good week? You had fun yesterday. It was good covering the kind of just keeping people updated in an afternoon game.
Yeah, it's nice. I know. And a nice getaway day. It was, it was good.
It was good, and it was good for the Red Sox. They finally got out of that slump. I said, they're going to get swept by the Blue Jays up in Toronto. And as you talked about, they seem to have done better against the better teams.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, they just were on this losing skid, after coming off losing, against, was it the Athletics?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So where are we now with the Red Sox here? Are you still excited? You still on board with going to postseason? What are we feeling on the Red Sox?
Yeah, I think they're still a playoff team. I think this was just a good reminder that, when it's going good with this team, it's going great. When it's bad, it is ghastly. I mean, they can churn out some real stinkers. We kind of talked last Sunday on the Sports Exchange for a team that should have a lot of positivity, and it is very positive. The fact that they're in a really good spot and should make the playoffs is a credit to an incredible turnaround. But they still, they still have a lot of deficiencies. So you saw some of those over the last 5 days. Hopefully they iron things out. And I mean, they've still got a bad Pirates team this weekend. So hopefully they can gather a little momentum again.
Now, do you like any of these changes that they made? Who's this new catcher that just came in? He had been injured. Is it Rutschman?
Rutschman, Adley Rutschman. Yeah, I do. Especially his deal. I think that, you got better at that position. I think people want to undermine what he's done this year, and I can appreciate that. He's been hurt. He has certainly been injury prone, but when he's in there, he's miles ahead of what you have at the catcher position. He's, certainly top 10 in his position in the game, and probably a lot higher than that. So I was thrilled to get him in here. I think the reliever move they made to get Marcelo Mayer out of town and bringing the kid from San Francisco was good. I think the one that stung, obviously, was trading away Connolly Early, young, cost-controlled pitching that had a proven track record, albeit a small one, in the postseason for a guy that immediately gets hurt and now is done for most of the year. So that certainly hurt, but and I think hurt a little bit. Even had he not gotten hurt, right? He just doesn't have the opportunity to make you forget about what you gave up. But no, I think generally I really liked the approach at the deadline, and I like what they've done with this roster. I think they did close to as much as they could have this year.
Okay, so they will be in Pittsburgh tonight for 3 against the Pirates. There you go, the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh, yeah.
How long has it been since they won a World Series there in Pittsburgh?
I don't know.
It's been a while. Been a while for the Pirates. All right.
Those fantastic yellow caps with the horizontal black stripes.
It looks like it's a good place to see.
It's awesome.
Stadium. It looks like it's really a fun.
I'll give you a minute. Pittsburgh is one of my favorite cities.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, because I've only seen the photos, but I was like, wow, it looks pretty good.
No,
the way they got things set up.
The ballpark's incredible. I went out there a few years ago. I had a buddy who was just doing a short-term work thing there, and we spent a weekend, and we ended up going to 2 different games because, you can walk in. They're so cheap to get in.
Yeah.
And you'd think you were in the 70s given the concession prices compared to what you get at Fenway.
Oh.
And the stadium's just beautiful. It's like it's right on the river. I think that town is fantastic.
Yeah. It does seem like it'd be fun to get out there and see a game sometime. Maybe some of you are going out there this weekend. I suspect there will be probably a lot of people. Yeah. Let's see. I want to get in obviously before we get to the Patriots. Let's talk about these little leaguers because this is the big story.
How exciting.
Here. Let's play some audio here, courtesy of ESPN.
To the shortstop, gloved by Goodwin. Over to first and in time! Bridgewater, you're going to Williamsport! Hugs, smiles, some tears. It's all on display. The dream season continues for the Massachusetts State Champions. They are going to the Little League World Series.
All right, so...
Good little tap dancing routine on that last play by the first baseman, too.
Yeah.
No, that was great. Exciting.
They just kind of put on the finishing touches, and, they have done very well against the teams they played. Of course, they've been playing all the New England teams, so now they represent all of New England in this next, or they go on to the World Series, but they start in this round on Wednesday, and it says they're going to play the winner of tonight's game for the Metro region. So I was looking up, I said, what's this Metro? I don't know any of the Little League stuff. I'm just excited because I guess it's been like 70-something years since Bridgewater or whatever has done this. And it says New Jersey or Connecticut. So I guess we'll find out tonight. They play each other at 7, and then the Bridgewater kids will play New Jersey or Connecticut.
Very cool.
Yeah,
That's
so
exciting.
It's been fun. It'll be kind of a good feeling for them. And it's exciting to have, they had news reporters standing out in Bridgewater in the dark this morning. There's nothing to see there.
No.
They're there, though.
They are there. Those kids are
they
fast
didn't play
asleep.
in Bridgewater last night. The kids have been gone out of Bridgewater for a while.
That's
I could
good.
see being there, but I love with the TV live shots. I know as well. There's nothing happening in Bridgewater. They were in Bristol, right?
But just hours from now, people will be on their commutes.
Yeah. I don't know. But in any event, good luck. And it's fun for the town of Bridgewater, right?
No, it is.
And for all of us.
Did you watch the Little League World Series growing up? Do you still watch the Little League World Series?
I don't remember us watching a lot. I didn't know about it. I'd heard about it, but I don't remember watching it on TV a lot when I was little. I don't know why.
Yeah,
put it on.
Some people are, like my father, who to this day umpires, is so enthralled with the Little League World Series. He doesn't miss it any year.
Oh, wow.
Loves it. And I think I have a few friends that are that way too. It's great. They do an incredible job with it, and I think they put on such a special thing for the kids. So very excited for what Bridgewater is going to get to experience.
Yeah. All right, so last night, preseason, does anybody watch? Do you watch that? I saw there were some open seats. Did you see?
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Yeah, down in Foxborough last night. So this is the preseason. But, it gets people just at least talking about it, and you see some things. Anything that you want to comment on or you feel that was something you noticed in this game? I mean, they play to a tie, and so this is what they do. It's preseason. All the important people usually sit out.
Yeah, so I mean, high notes. I think you have a more capable backup with Tommy DeVito than maybe I expected, which hopefully that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But he, I think he made some throws and looks miles ahead of where he did when he was with the Giants, so that's exciting. On a more, low light kind of thing, 3 missed field goals. Listen, that part of it is not. You can say, okay. You go out, you throw an interception. Well, that guy's not necessarily going to see the field in the regular season. Or this guy makes X, Y, or Z mistake. Well, he's your third string, whatever. When your starting kicker is out there missing field goals, that play is as close to regular season level as you're going to get. So
now
that's a problem.
This is Borregales?
Borregales, yeah.
Okay, so, and he is an important guy.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, there's no...
Okay, but, so here it is. Let me play the audio here, because he was asked about it. Obviously, Mike Vrabel, addressing this, said, is there a message for Mr. Borregales?
Yeah, it's classic.
Andy missed a couple of
what does he say? Is there a message?
3.
Oh, wrong button here. How about that button?
Andy missed a couple of field goals today. What was your message to him?
3. I don't have a message. I mean, we're expected to make them. That's pro football. They're banging them in from 60 yards. They got 2 kickers on the roster, so Andy knows we have to make those field goals.
Mike, just follow up on Andy. Last week you said you feel comfortable about the specialist.
All right, there's enough of that. All right, so there you go. So is this a thing? I don't know. If you're a kicker, do you feel like, well, it's just the preseason, I'm just going to have some fun? Do you feel more pressure?
I hope not. You shouldn't feel any pressure, right?
Yeah. But you want to try to get them in just to get, this is your practice time.
Again, right, exactly. Nobody else is... Preseason for everybody else is a little bit different. For you, that's exactly what you're going to be doing in a month's time. So you
2
better
for 5
be
is
able to
not
do
great.
It. No,
Okay.
it is not very good. He had a great rookie season. So you hope that this is just a stinker of a week and you move on. But that was a concerning night.
Yeah, I think that's probably the one thing to take away from last night. All right, so they'll play another preseason. They play again in Foxborough?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like not this Saturday, next Saturday. Okay, against Philadelphia. All right, any other stuff that we didn't get to, Quinn?
No, I don't think so.
Did we do everything, guys? We did? Okay. All right, let's see. And finally, on the question, they told me that the Oreo is making these 3 first-of-their-kind flavors. You will try them and you will vote on them. Quinn, what do you like? Chicken and waffles Oreos, deep-fried cookie Oreo, or banana pudding Oreo?
I think... the order of which I'm going to enjoy those would be deep fried, banana pudding, and then chicken and waffle down at the bottom.
See, I'm not really a chicken and waffle guy in real life. But I don't know. No, do you like that? I mean, I know it's become more of a thing like brunch.
Yeah,
you'll see that.
Yeah, no, it's good. I like it. I think that anytime you're going to try to get that artificial chicken flavor into something where it doesn't belong. Yeah.
I sometimes think the artificial banana flavor is also...
I agree, and that's why I think that the deep fried, I have to imagine that you're just getting a like confectionery sugar.
Yeah, I feel like that's Marshfield Fair-esque,
the
deep fried one.
I agree. I agree.
Yes, I love the idea of anything that's chicken or banana in any form. Fake.
You're rushing
real.
out to get these chicken Oreos?
Actually, I really want chicken and waffles in real life.
That's fair.
Well, that's, I mean, I guess if you're going to...
I'd try it. Yeah. I'd try it.
Yeah,
please, if somebody hands me a chicken and waffle Oreo, Lori, I'm not turning my nose up at it. I'm just saying I think that's coming in third place of those 3.
You want to come to our taste testing?
Yes, absolutely. I think they had another flavor release on the 10th that me and Dan had said we were going to do a taste test for. And it's escaping me what it was.
Did Dan pick one, or did he say he was going to just pick
It wasn't this. It was something else. So Oreo's just churning out the new flavors right now.
Yeah.
All right.
I did like the blue ones that turned your tongue blue. I did not like those.
No, because you don't want anybody to know that you're cheating on your snacking.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah.
Evidence.
Quinn Kelly, he'll be in this afternoon at 3 on WATD. Thank you, Quinn.
Thanks. We'll see you then.
All right. Let's get the local artists. I want to squeeze them in because this is Aldous Collins. I like Aldous Collins quite a bit, and let's listen to him this morning.
Thank you. Happy Friday. The local artist for today is the Aldous Collins Band. The Aldous Collins Band are legends here on the South Shore. You can catch them on August 30th at Marshfest, a celebration of the South Shore music community happening at Stellwagen Beer Company in Marshfield. Again, that's August 30th. For details, follow the Aldous Collins Band on Instagram. This is their latest single, High on You. The Aldous Collins Band, your local artist of the day, 95.9 WATD.
I got something on my mind. I can't get you out of my head. I ain't sleeping at night. You messing with my rest. Baby, I'm high on you. Oh, so high on you. Baby, you got me high. I'm dealing with my feelings. Baby, you got me reeling. You didn't have to do much. I'm gonna love you till I rust. Baby, I'm high on you. Oh, so high on you. Baby, you got me high. Baby, I'm high on you. Oh, so high on you. Baby, you got me high. You came out of nowhere. Now I feel like I'm somewhere floating in the air. High and without a care. Oh, baby, I'm high on you. Oh, so high on you. Baby, you got me high. Baby, I'm high on you. Oh, so high on you. Baby, you got me high. Thank you for coming round. Thank you for the here and now. I'm gonna write it in a letter. I'm gonna love you forever. Baby, I'm high on you. Oh, so high on you. Baby, you got me high. Baby, I'm high on you. Oh, so high on you. Baby, you got me high. Baby, I'm high on you. Oh, so high on you. Baby, you got me high. Baby, I'm high on you. Oh, so high on you. Baby, you got me high.
Our local artist, Aldous Collins Band, High on You, 95.9 WATD. All right, we're going to wrap things up. Audrey will be coming up at 10. She'll take it for the midday, coming up from 10 to 3 on WATD. All right, right now, let's get a check of traffic and weather on the 9s, and a little bit late here, I know, but we'll get to it right now. We'll start with the Route 3 southbound ride, heavy Route 18 down to Derby Street in Hingham, and then it's slow about a mile or two at the Sagamore, about a mile and a half to 2 miles approaching the Sagamore. It starts after Herring Pond Road. 25 East is starting to jam up almost 2 miles now, approaching the Bourne Bridge. Busy getting down the Cape now this morning. Also, Route 3 southbound, we're told, is a little busier in the Duxbury stretch between Route 14 and Route 3A. You might have some reduced speeds there. Northbound on the expressway, as you make your way from Braintree to Boston, we are looking at about a 17-minute drive time into the city. 24 is okay, Raynham to Randolph, and not seeing any big delays on Route 44. South Shore weather, let's get the details now here on the weekend weather. Let's bring in the chief meteorologist, Rob Gilman, with the South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather. All right, and here is Rob Gilman with the details. Rob? And the first round is going to be...
Clouds will tend to develop as we go into the middle and latter part of the day. The high 83 with a touch less humidity, a nice breeze. Can be an isolated shower, especially off to the west heading into this evening, then clearing overnight, a low of 57, mid-60s in the city. Tomorrow, beautiful, plenty of bright sunshine, low humidity with high pressure from Canada nearby, the high 81. Mid-70s along the South Shore's beaches with a light sea breeze. Again, the feel of fall very early Sunday morning. Sunshine, followed by increasing cloudiness, a high in the low 80s, though there'll be a shower or two, even thunder later at night, lingering into Monday with more humidity, breezy, high 77 to 81. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
All right, thanks so much, Rob. And right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, the temperature 74 degrees at the weather station, WATD.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you washed that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, nope, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit!
It just might be our greatest scent ever, now with odor-fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
Sniff the difference.
ABC Entertainment News.
American Horror Story is coming back to haunt our screens for a star-studded 13th season. FX released the first teaser, revealing that longtime AHS favorite Jessica Lange, Sarah Paulson, Evan Peters, Angela Bassett, and Kathy Bates will all be returning to the series alongside dozens of new and former cast members. The show premieres on FX and Hulu on September 24th. Disney is the parent company of FX, Hulu, and ABC News.
Well, how was I to know there was a...
Whitney Levitt will be spending this holiday season on stage. Levitt will be joining just in time as Sandra Dee from December 1st to January 10th.
Ilya Rozanov?
Heated Rivalry has announced new cast members ahead of its hotly anticipated second season, including Schitt's Creek star Emily Hampshire and Canada's Drag Race winner Priyanka. And happy birthday to that wild and crazy guy, Steve Martin, who is 81 today. Michelle Franzen, ABC.
Hi, it's Ray Brown from the Talkin' Bird Show. Every Sunday morning, 9:30 to 10, here on WATD. The show is about bird watching in your backyard and beyond, and conservation, because if we don't protect our planet, we can't save our birds. We feature expert guests every week, and we give away some pretty nice prizes in our Mystery Bird Contest. It's Talkin' Birds, no G in talkin', Sunday mornings at 9:30 here on 95.9 WATD.
All right, Lori, we got to wrap it up here. Boy, can you believe it? 5 hours has gone by. It has been so much fun, as always. And, Lori, you had not one, but you get to have 2 mornings in here with me, which brought you a lot of joy.
I was just thinking, how do you do this 5 days in a row?
25 hours of radio.
See, he really loves his job. He really...
No, I do. I really
loves what he does, and that's why you're so great at it.
Well, thank you, Lori, and you're so good at doing the news as well, which is a lot of fun, and so it works out well on the morning news. Let's see.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing.
Oh, okay.
My own private joke. I'm being ridiculous. Go on.
Let's see. Text line 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. Let's read through the text line sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. All right, Matt from Pembroke checking in, says, love hearing that Steve Martin having a birthday today. We talked about Steve Martin, who is today 81, one of my favorite comedians. I think he's just a great comedian and actor. And you just look at him and you feel like it's always been a gray-haired guy in a suit since he was like a young guy till now. And he and Martin Short, he agrees with me, are excellent on Only Murders in the Building. He loves that series.
Oh, he likes it too?
Hulu, yeah. But one of my favorites, though, is he and John Candy in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. You're going the wrong way. So many funny quotes in that movie. And that's a great Thanksgiving classic. And boy, yeah, don't you miss John Candy, the late, great John Candy.
Yeah.
Let's see, 781 again. Thank you for listening. 781 says, thank you for doing the birthday wish for Abigail Moss of Marshfield. So we hope Abigail's having a good day. Brian from Plymouth says, let's go Red Sox and let's go Bridgewater Little League.
Nice.
Jean from Norwell on the Oreos again. She says, why do we need all these crazy flavors? They're making more. Stick with the classics.
I love that.
JB again says, strong accountability necessary for flock cameras. Tom and Karen talking about, and I hope we weren't doing it, they were making comments saying that we were too graphic with what happened to the Clancy children. Has it been? I don't know. Everybody has to know that certain parts of the details. I don't know what to do.
So
about
I'm
that.
in a pickle. I can't really. I shouldn't comment
edit.
because it's not my editorial decision.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to do it necessarily because some of the parts, obviously, it says it's too graphic.
I have raised, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I said, I appreciate that, Tom and Karen, but I said I would pass them along. So, Ken from Plymouth, thank you for listening. He says he's a great road reporter. You are, Ken. Pete from Hingham says Little League World Series. Please watch the Bad News Bears, the Billy Bob Thornton version. All right. The orthodontist Oreo joke was just a joke. He never did have a crush on his orthodontist.
Oh.
He was lying. He just wanted to use the bad line.
One.
That was a good one. Patty from Marshfield says, no chokings or allergies allowed. I would love to come in. You can always ask for a signed release to eat Oreos on the air with you guys. All right. That's Patty from Marshfield. She's a former HR manager. She says she won't sue.
She's breaking the rules. I love it.
And speaking of Sue, Sue said, I'm sitting here having the last piece of corn from the Cape Farm stand I visited. I wondered where I could get some farm stand corn around here. I live in Marshfield. Sue, do they have some Marshfield local farm stands selling the corn? Sue wants to know. I just happen to be going because I happen to be driving by that Sawchuck farm in Plimpton, so that's where I got my sweet corn. Lori,
this is a Cape Cod corn.
But she wants to know where did she get the...
In Marshfield?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Let's see. We also wanted to say, I'm already out of time. I'm reading the text message. Let me go fast because Audrey's going to come in. Stuart from Plimpton says no flock cameras. Diane says about the pickleball wars. I heard that story. It's loud and constant. And the Chads and Betsy should play with the quiet ball. Give that neighbor a break with the pickleball, says Diane in East Bridgewater. And Gray Wolf said, did you get my sketches? I'm going to put that up on YouTube right now. Do you see Gray Wolf's sketches are up on the YouTube feed, WATD Radio on YouTube. And this will post. There's a couple of sketches from Gray Wolf who wanted to just show people his art. So I guess I'll hang those up on my refrigerator. Thank you, Gray Wolf. And thank you for listening, Lori. And thank you for being here. Even if you are, I don't think she's listening anymore to me. But if you were, Lori, thank you.
That's all
oh,
she
you are.
wrote. That's all she wrote.
What happened?
No more.
Oh, okay.
She left the glove
What's that?
hanging round my front door.
And the first round is going to be Wednesday. August 9th.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lori. Do you want to read that?
No, Wednesday.
The South Shore's breaking news, weather, and traffic station.
95.9 WATD FM Marshfield and 95.9 WATD.com.